comes in at 5-2 with a 5.85 earned run average. The opponent hitting at 309 against Penny, and of course a loss last time out against the Texas Rangers at 5 2/3, giving up 5 runs. Derek Jeter checks in on the right side, and we're ready for baseball tonight from Boston. The first pitch of this one is outside, ball 1.
Talk about Penny's last outing against the Texas Rangers. He looked great for 4 innings and then ran into a 3-run bomb off of the bat of Ian Kinsler.
On the corner for strike 1, 1-1. Prior to the loss last time out, it was 3 straight wins for Penny: Tampa Bay, Toronto, and at Minnesota. And since then, a no decision at Toronto and a loss last time out against Texas.
You see the velocity there early on. He's had games where he started off throwing the ball maybe 90, 91, but you already see 96 miles an hour. Once again, you got to have command of your fastballs, and right away, if he can hit that spot on the outside corner and keep it up all night long, it'll be a lot easier for him. But that's, once again, easier said than done.
And then you talked about the curveball off the top of the open and how important that is to Brad Penny's game.
Well, you've got to mix it in occasionally. You see right now he starts off this game throwing 4 fastballs on the outside corner. You know, in a perfect world, you'd like to go to the lineup the first time, not showing them everything, but you don't have the luxury of doing that sometimes. If it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, sure, but you get in trouble. You need a pitch. You've got to go to an out pitch, and then you start to show everybody what you've got. But in a perfect world, you try to condense it as much as you can so you can have that second, third time around.
Backward came from up the middle and into center field. Derek Jeter did not have a hit in this series until now, with a single back up the middle to get tonight started. Here's the rest of the New York Yankees starting 9. Johnny Damon bats second in left field, with Mark Teixeira at first base. Alex Rodriguez at third base. Robinson Cano at second base. Nick Swisher's in right field batting 6th. Hideki Matsui's the DH batting 7th, with Melky Cabrera in center field. And Francisco Cervelli does the catching. First appearance of the series for Cervelli. Jeter at first base, and he takes off with the first pitch. A strike to Damon, and Jeter is safe at second.
He wasted absolutely no time. Got a great jump on this pitch. He's had so much success early on this year. 11 bags coming in. You see Varitek has no chance. Headlong dive. Made it closer than I thought it was going to be, but wasted no time. That's something Jeter has not really stolen a lot of bags over the course of the last couple of years. He must be feeling good this year.
And Johnny Damon takes ball 1, 1-1. So Damon hit his 13th home run of the year here last night. 35 runs batted in to go along with those 13 long balls, and a .291 batting average. Broken bat liner caught by Youkilis, tried for 2, but Jeter back on the bag. Let's check out how the Red Sox align defensively tonight. It's Jason Bay in left, Rocco Baldelli getting a start in center field. So in the absence of Jacoby Ellsbury, J.D. Drew in right, Mike Lowell at third with Nick Green at short, Dustin Pedroia at second base, Kevin Youkilis at first, Jason Varitek doing the catching. And the Red Sox steadily moving up in fielding percentage. They are now 9th in the American League. James Hoy has the plate for the umpires. C.B. Buckner at first, Mike Everett at second, and the crew chief, Jerry Davis, is the umpire at third. Well, one thing Penny will be trying to do tonight is tame the bat of Mark Teixeira. Checks in at .296 with 19 home runs and 52 runs batted in.
See Teixeira, very imposing type of hitter. He's way off the plate. You know, you throw the ball outside the part of the plate, you think he can't get there, but he can extend. You saw him last night. He can cover the ball inside. He hit a 95-mile-an-hour fastball off Ramirez last night for a home run. So he can cover both sides of the plate.
Breaking ball, and it's grounded up the middle. Pedroia to his right, a bobble, but he has time to recover. And he gets to share at first base as Jeter takes third with now 2 away. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game. I told you it was cloud covered here tonight at Fenway Park, and at the moment it is 56 degrees. The breeze coming in from center field, and there is some precipitation in the area, and they are planning on some showers tonight. Hopefully we can dodge the raindrops in this final game of the series and final game of the homestand. Alex Rodriguez with 2 outs and Derek Jeter at third base. Inside, ball 1 at 96.
Rodriguez in this 2-game series so far hasn't really looked good at the plate. He's walked a couple of times, but just not in sync. He's been back about a month. He's going to get hot. He has not been hot up to this point.
The strike, and it's 1-1. Penny throwing hard out of the gate tonight. That last delivery at 97. Leadoff single by Jeter. Stoll second. The ground out gets him to third. He's there with 2 down. And they hit Alex Rodriguez. Second time they've come inside. This one hits him in the back.
It's almost like this at bat, they started him off with a fastball in that almost hit him, and they didn't really care if they hit him or not, I think, in this at bat. Penny's got a little better control than that, you would think. You see an 0-2 pitch that he was not going to leave out over the plate, not even close. So
umpires getting together after this hit batsman. And let's see which direction they go in now.
I mean, they're well aware of what's going on. I mean, and they're not exactly keeping score like maybe we do.
But you have to figure here they're trying to interpret whether or not this was intentional or not and see if there's going to be warnings, and there are. A warning to both sides. And this will bring Terry Francona out. And Jerry Davis wants to tell Terry Francona directly why the warnings are going to be passed out.
I mean, that's a judgment call. I mean, it goes into their. That's why they all got together and thought what they all think. Or you would have had the umpire right behind home plate just jump out and say what he thought. And so it's like a ruling that they're trying to get 4 heads involved into this thing and say, what do you think?
And I think it's a good thing that they're doing. A lot of times you see the umpire sometimes overreact, and he'll eject somebody immediately or hand out the warnings without really giving it a lot of thought. Here they get together as a group and make the decision that there should be warnings handed out.
Here the Red Sox have won 7, 8 in a row, really going back to last year. And then somebody gets hit in the first inning. It's kind of strange, right? I mean, it's like, who's trying to hit anybody? But there's inside the game here that if you're paying attention, and I think the umpires have been, they're well aware of what's been going on, and they know that Bay got drilled. This is on Tuesday night, and
same night.
And then this is tonight. The first pitch to A-Rod is way inside. He's not even sitting up in there. And then this one's clearly. You got to think he's got better control than that. And they put 4 heads together and they said, yes, that had to be on purpose. Now, whether or not it was, we'll never know.
So first and third, 2 down. And Robinson Cano about to step in. Now, if you're a pitcher, you get the rest of the night to deal with this warning stuff.
Well, that's tough. I mean, it's tough on both pitchers, because you have to go inside, and you have to go inside hard to be successful. I mean, that's just the way it is, especially with a lineup like the Yankees. You can't just, feature balls out over the plate all night long. So it takes a big part of the game away from both pitchers.
Robinson Cano bats and fouls it off to the left.
Maybe that's a good thing. I mean, as far as Sabathia, right away he's got to be careful coming inside, and he likes to come inside. I mean, he needs to come inside. It's like telling John Lester you can't throw that ball inside. I mean, that's just what he features as part of why he is successful.
Cano fouls it off, and it's 0-2. Boston Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, New England Ford dealers, Dunkin' Donuts, Bermuda Tourism, Citgo, and by New England Subaru dealers.
You know what I never understood about a warning is if you drill somebody, does that mean you're gone?
No, I think it's up to the interpretation at that point by the umpire.
Yeah, once again, it's a judgment again, whether he thinks you're doing it on purpose or not. So if you come inside, you know, go inside. It's just when it's clearly 3 feet inside.
And I would think that would affect you as a pitcher as well, knowing the warning has already been passed out.
Well, sure, but you've got to be aggressive. You got to let it fly inside. You don't want to leave it out over the plate. So if you miss a lot, you want to miss inside. Once again, it's judgment. I mean, he's got to hope if he hits inside and accidentally hits somebody that they're going to think it wasn't on purpose.
They're 2 down, 1st and 3rd. A chance here for the Yankees. Robinson Cano's down 0-2. This one is fouled off. We'll do it again. One thing is clear, we've seen in some of Penny's outings, it takes a little while sometimes to get that velocity up. Tonight he's got it right out of the gate.
Yes, he does. And I don't know where you go from there. How much harder can he throw? Once again, he's thrown some breaking balls early on. He got Teixeira out on the ground ball to second on a curveball. He threw a curveball to Jeter, base hit up the middle. So he's already broke it out. Right here, he was hoping that Cano would swing at a high fastball like he did last night for the second out off of Papelbon. So he will swing at this.
Left to third, a look to first, doesn't throw to either venue. Derek Jeter at third base, cross the diamond. Alex Rodriguez at first. The 0-2. And Cano with a late swing drills it foul.
Cano trying to protect right here, hits a rocket into the seats. That's so dangerous. Balls like hit right out of the catcher's glove. No one has a chance to react to it. I don't know how anybody does not get hurt.
Jeter at third, Rodriguez at first, and 2 down. Cano fouls it off again and hangs tough. Cano 1 for 9 so far in the series, and 0 for 5 in the ball game here last night. This is pitch number 7 of the at bat, and it's fouled off.
Some funky swings by Cano up to this point. Finally gets a curveball right here, backdoor curveball, fouls that off too. Late on everything, even a slow curveball, he's late.
High percentage of strikes so far, 21 pitches and 17 strikes for Penny. Ready with the 0-2. He elevates for ball 1, wants a new baseball.
Penny working hard this first inning, throwing a lot of strikes.
A-Rod takes off. It's a ball, no throw from Varitek as Rodriguez takes second base.
Sooner or later, he measured this. Sooner or later, you know he's going to take off. Varitek says, don't even think about it. It's not important at this point.
Second stolen base of the year for A-Rod. Second and third, 2 down. Cano fouls off another, and this at bat continues. This will be pitch number 25 of this first inning for Brad Penny. Cano loops it to left. Bay is there, and the Red Sox left fielder puts it away. The Yankees strand a pair in scoring position. Red Sox coming up. On a cloud-covered night, the Red Sox and Yankees in this bottom of the first inning. CC Sabathia here at Fenway Park for the first time in a Yankees uniform, a 5-3 record, 3.56 earned run average. Already has 86 innings on the year. And opponents hitting at .223 against Sabathia. Last time that he pitched here at Fenway Park, going to go back to the American League Championship Series as a member of the Cleveland Indians. His last start in a Yankees uniform against the Rays. No decision, an 8-inning effort, giving up 4 runs. 3 career starts here at Fenway. He's given up 7 runs.
Well, tonight's why they got him. You know, you talk about a guy, money pitcher, gave him a ton of money. And this is really trying to stop a series, trying to win one out of him, salvage a win. A lot of pressure for a guy, but that's why he gets the big bucks. You see him, big boy. Throws hard. He got great command, good control for a big guy. Good curveball. He got a nasty curveball. 2 kinds of curveballs. Fastball, he uses both sides of the plate. Once again, you see at Fenway Park, he's pitched pretty well, but that doesn't include that big early start he had in that ALCS game in 2007, where he was wild as can be.
The leading off segment brought to you by Firestone. And as you saw, the last time the Red Sox saw him here, American League Championship Series Game 1, a 4 1/3 inning effort. They gave up 8 runs. At that point, the Indians thought they had it wrapped up, as the Red Sox in that series trailed 3-1. The 3-1 to Pedroia, and a high fly ball to left field struck well. Johnny Damon going back to the warning track, but has room to make the catch. Let's check out the Red Sox starting 9, brought to you by New England Chevy Dealers. Justin Pedroia at second base, with J.D. Drew in right field, Kevin Youkilis at first base, Jason Day in left, Mike Lowell at third base, David Ortiz the DH bat 6, Jason Varitek doing the catching. Rocco Baldelli gets a start in center field, he bats 8th, and Nick Green at shortstop bats 9th. One out in the bottom of the first inning, and here is J.D. Drew.
You talk about what happened to CC last year in his walk year, his free agent year. He gets traded from Cleveland, goes to Milwaukee, and look what he did for Milwaukee. 11-2, almost single-handedly for a pitcher to take them to the playoffs. He did it.
I mean, you hope when you get a guy like that, he can do that for you, but most times it doesn't work out the way it did for CC Sabathia.
I mean, he was absolutely dominant. You know, he went over from the American League, obviously, to the National League and just absolutely tore it up. Ended up pitching, what, over 200 innings, as he always does, but he struck out more than he normally does, over 250 strikeouts.
To left field, Johnny Damon hoping it'll hook back. It doesn't. It hits off the scoreboard. Drew headed for second base and will get there standing with a one-out double.
Nice piece of hitting. JD stays in there. You have to stay in there to go down and get this ball down and away. Didn't pull off. Little Fenway stroke, line drive. Didn't look like much from that angle, but that ball jumped off the wall in a hurry. Damon has no chance, gets it in late, double.
So Drew at second base with a double, one out here in the bottom of the first inning. Youkilis takes ball one outside. The key matchup is brought to you by Acura. Youkilis with good numbers against CC Sabathia, 429, 3 for 7. Outside again. This last night, Kevin Youkilis getting his 10th home run of the year. Red Sox are on top 4-1, and this into the bullpen ended up being the game winner in the end, as runs 5 and 6 produced on the 2-run shot by Kevin Youkilis in a great series against New York. Youkilis has had a great season overall. He's second only behind Ichiro in batting average to start the night. Ichiro at 359, Youkilis at 350. Think about it, Youkilis going on the DL for a little while too, spending 15 days on that disabled list with the oblique strain, and right back at it, not missing a beat after 2 quick rehab games with the Paw Sox.
CC up to this point has yet to throw the ball inside. I know it doesn't have anything to do with really the warning, but you haven't seen a ball inside yet.
Drew at second, one out, last half of the first inning. Ball 4, and nothing really all that close as they stay away from Youkilis. This series between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees is brought to you by Verizon Fios, 100 HD channels and the fastest internet. This is Fios. This is big.
Sabathia pitched to Youkilis like he really didn't want him. You know, 4 balls on the outside part of the plate. Maybe he just thinks, you know, that might be his toughest out is Youkilis, and so why not go for a little double play ball by Bay.
One out, first and second for Boston. Jason Bay takes strike 1. And Cervelli's headed out to talk to Sabathia. Let's take a look at the Yankees defensively with Johnny Damon in left field, Melky Cabrera in center, Nick Swisher in right. Third to first, it's Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter, Robinson Cano, and Mark Teixeira. Doing the catching is Francisco Cervelli, CC Sabathia on the mound, and the Yankees defensively 4th in the American League with a .987 fielding percentage. Dave Island quickly, the pitching coach, went to the mound.
You saw where CC had thrown 5 balls on the outside part of the plate, and right after Cervelli caught that ball, he darted out to the mound. And you watch closely what the second base runner is doing. He's had 5 shots to say, hey, the ball's outside.
He fouls it off and is down 0-2. Talking about what Sabathia did after going to Milwaukee. Well, he won 11 games. It was 11-2 for the Brewers. In 17 starts, had 7 complete games. Kind of a lost art by today's standards, but you think of a guy like CC Sabathia who still can get that done, and of course Roy Halladay.
But once again, National League, not to take anything away from the National League, but it is much easier to pitch in the National League, and he just took advantage of that. You know, he's not just a big guy that throws gas. I mean, he's got a good curveball, a hard one, a soft one, and you saw a changeup in this at bat already to Bay, down and away, that he turns over a little bit. Like I said, good command, punches out a lot of guys, doesn't walk a lot of guys.
He's never had a 20-win season. Closest he got was in 07 when he was 19-7 with the Indians. 0-2 is grounded towards third base softly. Rodriguez with the out of the lead runner, able to slap the tag on J.D. Drew for the second out of the inning.
See, he makes a nice pitch here to Bay. I think this is a changeup that he turns over a little bit. Bay tries to pull it, hits it firmly into the ground here. Couldn't get a double play ball. It took too long to get the tag on. But you see him turn it over a little bit off speed, gets him out front, rolls over. Doesn't hit it hard enough for a double play ball. But he's got it all. He's just not a power pitcher. He can finesse you a little bit.
So 2 outs, first and second. Mike Lowell, the batter. Mike 2 for 7 in the series against the Yankees as he takes strike one from Sabathia.
He's wearing out that outside corner up to this point.
To right field, on comes Nick Swisher, and he's there in plenty of time to make the catch. The Red Sox strand a pair. No score after one. On the kids menu with every adult entree purchase. The 99, the official family restaurant of the Boston Red Sox.
The 99 restaurant, great meal, great deal.
Second inning back at Fenway, no score. And Nick Swisher to lead it off for the Yankees as he takes strike one.
What a night he had last night, Swisher. He dove into the stands. He missed the ball down the line. He failed to catch a ball that looked like a can of corn that he missed for a double by Pedroia last night. Dove into the stands, made a great diving catch off of Mike Lowell's slicing line drive late in that ball game, saved a run. A lot of ups and downs just in a matter of one game. In fact, on base running error I thought he made. It was a big play of that game, a double play ball. Wakefield had guys on first and third, nobody out. Turned into, could have been a big inning, and he got doubled up at first base, not reading the play off the bat. It wasn't the play to Green, and he threw behind him. That was a big play last night for Wakefield, looking back.
So if you're Nick Swisher at the end of the night, how do you feel?
I don't know. He did it all. I've never seen one game. I've never seen one game that, made him look like a goat here and there, and then makes a great diving play. Had a good at bat late in the game. Got a walk off of Okajima. He's going to get his walks.
He's had a very good year this first year in a Yankees uniform. 12 homers, 35 runs batted in. He's hit safely in 10 of the last 12 games.
Very streaky hitter.
Part of a deal that involved Wilson Betterment, who had been the utility infielder here for the Yankees. Lifts it foul, and it hangs at 1-2.
Talked about Penny using his fastball a lot. He's mixed everything up early. He knows he just can't pound the strike zone with that fastball, especially with this left-handed lineup. It makes it so difficult.
There's a handcuff there and grounds it foul. 1-2.
Made some good pitches this at bat. Curveball he just threw a pitch before this. Then he comes back inside, gets a funky swing, one-handed funky swing from Swisher. Lucky he fouled that ball off, but that's a good pitch. You'd like to get an out. When you make a good pitch, make an out.
A foul just doesn't do it for you.
It makes me crazy. It's like, if you're going to look funky, look funky with a weak ground ball.
Fly ball down the left field line. This is straightened out as Bay goes back, and it's high off the wall. Bay will play the carom, but not before Nick Swisher cruises into second base with a leadoff double to begin this second inning.
This ball looks like it beats Swisher. A little fastball up, supposed to be down and away. We'll see where the location is. Ran back out over the plate. He didn't leave the box. He swung at it, sliced it. Ball's almost out of the ballpark, 2-3 feet more down the line. High fly ball. He's got a light swing in the bat here. He didn't even know he hit the ball that far. He looked like he thought he was late. It was foul. He looked up. The ball's off the wall.
So it's second base with nobody out, and here is Hideki Matsui, DH for the Yankees, playing in his second straight game and hitting at .253 to start the night. Takes strike one over the inside corner.
There's nobody in this lineup that really faced Brad Penny for more than maybe 6 at bats. Teixeira's got 6 at bats off Penny, but nobody has really seen him up to this point. And everybody knows that he throws hard. It's well known. First time I heard Penny was coming to Boston, I said, oh, this guy's got some gas. And I think each and every start he's gotten, like to the velocity tonight, right away from the get-go, throwing 95.
In the dirt gathered by Veritek, and it's 2-1. Matsui last night with 2 hits, was 2 for 3 in the game.
He's a different pitcher tonight watching Penny early on, just a second inning, and he just doesn't look like the same guy. He's got the good gas, but he's mixing everything in. See a little changeup, turn me over, 86 miles an hour, 2-1 pitch. That's pitching right there. That's not power pitching, that's pitching. Changeup, hoping he's hacking, and he's not. That's what's tough about this Yankee lineup. They don't chase. Now, last time he pitched against the Rangers, they were swinging at everything.
Fly ball lifted foul, giving Chase's Lowell, but he'll run out of room. Looking for a great new job? Don't miss the Professional Diversity Career Fair at Fenway Park this Monday, June 15th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is your chance to meet face-to-face with the region's top employers. Pre-register for the free fair now at boston.com/diversityfair. It's the Professional Diversity Career Fair, June 15th at Fenway Park. Nick Swisher has started the second inning with a double. His second Yankees hit of the night, 3-2. He is ball 4 to Matsui, and the first walk given up by Brad Penny in the night.
That might have been a strike last night. It was 50-50 call last night. You didn't know what you were going to get last night on that outside corner. But this is paint. He's trying to paint down and away, but it's just a little too far outside, but a pretty good pitch.
Two on, nobody out, and Melky Cabrera the batter. And in the grass at third base, Mike Lowell anticipating a bunt. And Cabrera gets one down, but foul. Mike Lowell was awfully close by the time this bunt was actually dropped.
You see Girardi saying swing the bat. The bunt was not on, even though Lowell's playing for a bunt. You know, we had a shot of the dugout there, and right away Girardi saying swing the bat. He's doing it on his own. I mean, I would assume if that's what he's saying.
Outside ball 1-1-1.
I mean, you never see a bunt in Fenway Park in the second inning. Never, ever. Maybe 30, 40 years ago when the pitcher was hitting.
Oh, into the grass again at third base, the 1-1. And it's outside for ball 2, 2-1. A double and a walk to get this second inning started. And a lot of pitches so far for Brad Penny. This is number 42. It's in there for a strike, 2-2.
Once again, a 2-1 pitch off speed. He's not just going after people tonight. You're thinking this is a fastball count. A guy throws hard. He's bound to throw gas, and he does not. A little changeup. Maybe it's a little split finger that he features. Ball's middle, but the fact is, Cabrera's looking fastball. Fooled him.
Down and in. 97 from Penny, but a full count. Yankees had 2 on in the first inning, second and third with 2 outs, could not score. Now they get first and second, nobody out.
He's got to go fastball right here, try to dot that outside corner right now.
Tried to, but it's fouled off.
Yeah, you can't see him throwing another changeup 3-2. That was a good pitch. Cabrera spoiled that fastball down and away. You see a little, not a pretty swing right here, but it's really a pitcher's pitch. Once again, you hope he puts that ball in play because that's an out.
Strike 3 call. Needed that. First strikeout of the night, and Melky Cabrera is the victim.
What a big pitch from Penny right there. 3-2 pitch. Made a real good pitch the pitch before. Cabrera thinks this ball is down. It is not. Amica Pitch Zone says that's a lot of plate in that strike.
That's almost center cut, yes?
I don't know if it's center cut. I thought it was a lower strike on the strike zone. But Amica's like it's almost right down the middle center cut.
So 1 out, first and second.
It's just a pitcher's pitch is what it is. He made a good pitch to pitch before that he spoiled off.
Francisco Cervelli's first appearance of the series, and he takes strike 1.
The difference between pitches, one pitch right now, bases loaded, nobody out, changes the whole complexion of this inning.
Molina on the DL for a stint, and Jorge Posada. Francisco Cervelli Saw some playing time for the Yankees. He's hitting at .271 as he sends one foul down the right field line. And he gets the start tonight. Posada on the bench to begin the night for the Yankees.
Well, they tell me they love the way he calls a game early on here. A lot of people giving him a lot of kudos. Talking to some of the broadcasters from the Yankees. Pitchers love to throw to him. He's never hit much. We see it in the minor leagues. He hasn't done much at all. Supposed to be the best defensive catcher. I think he got some awards for the best defensive catcher in the minor leagues or something last year.
It's outside, ball 1-1-2, 98 that time from Brad Penny.
Brad Penny is jacked up tonight. I mean, he came out bringing it. I mean, something about this series against the Yankees that does something to everybody, and for him he's been ready from pitch one velocity wise.
He's had to throw a lot of pitches. Threw 103 last time out, 5 2/3.
Yeah, he's working hard already. 48 pitches. Still only one out in the second inning. That ball looks so small in his hand. It really does. I was watching. Just a big man. He gets it ready to throw a split finger each time, which he doesn't. I mean, very occasional split finger.
Fly ball struck well to left. Back goes Bay. In front of the scoreboard to make the catch in deep left, and well off the bag at second is Swisher. They can make it two, and they do. Double play. Swisher falls asleep at the switch. We're scoreless after an inning and a half. For Sox in 2, it's the Sox latest matchup replayed in a convenient 2-hour format. Sox in 2 is presented by Ace Tickets. Tickets are available for all games. Ace Ticket has your seats. A bad ending for the Yankees to that inning, and for Nick Swisher. The catch made in left field by Bay. Swisher thrown out at second base. Ortiz opposite way to deep left and out of Fenway. David Ortiz has gone deep for the 4th time this year, and the Red Sox lead it 1-0. Opposite field shot for Big Papi.
Is this another sign by David Ortiz? I mean, it has to be. You're talking about one of the best left-handers in the business, and he takes his cheese over the monster into the seats. I said that this says a lot about David. His timing's coming back.
Three home runs in the last 5 games for David Ortiz. And a 1-0 Red Sox lead.
Boy, he was ready for that fastball. Didn't try to do anything pretty with it, just square it up. See, CC throws him a fastball up, out, over. He doesn't try to pull it, just tries to square it up a little bit. Lifts it once again to left field, but with some authority to left field. This ball's gone easy.
Jason Varitek takes strike 1.
That wasn't a fly ball to left field like he's been featuring a lot lately. That ball had some hump behind it.
Varitek with 10 home runs of his own on the season, 24 runs batted in. And a fly ball to right field. Nick Swisher puts it away for out number 1 here of the 2nd inning. Well, Hess is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson. During the 2009 Red Sox season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Red Sox Foundation for every home run hit by the Red Sox. Hess committed to helping the cause. Well, Ortiz 71 home runs now, 35,500 donated by Hess.
I was just going to ask you, did he have another little come out of the dugout?
He did.
That's 4. He's going to dance out of here 30 times hopefully this year. Every time he goes deep, he walks out of the dugout. I've never seen anything like it. 4 home runs. He's coming out whether they want him to come out or not now.
Rocco Baldelli getting a start at center field tonight. Terry Francona was hopeful that Jacoby Ellsbury would be available tonight. He'll perhaps start tomorrow night in Philadelphia. The home run by Ortiz, the 7th home run given up by CC Sabathia this season. A 1-1. And Baldelli takes ball 2. 4 of those 7 home runs have come away from the new Yankee Stadium. Fly ball to right. Nick Swisher moves over and makes the catch. 2 down. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Well, Don, Rocco Baldelli getting the start again in place of Jacoby Ellsbury, who is out for the 3rd straight night, still nursing that right shoulder he injured on Sunday. He did take batting practice for the first time today. He said it felt all right, but it is going to bother him for a while. He said he does hope to be able to play tomorrow night in Philadelphia. He said he's going to see how he feels when he wakes up in the morning. He also said he doesn't plan on getting a cortisone shot like J.D. Drew did in his shoulder last week, and he said his body tends to heal pretty quickly naturally, and he hopes that's going to be the case this time. As for Jed Lowry, he is rehabbing his left wrist. Terry Francona said the plan is to have him play at Lowell Monday and Tuesday to get some at-bats, and then they'll reevaluate from there how long he needs for a rehab start. John Smoltz was supposed to make his 5th rehab start tonight with Pawtucket, but it was rained out at Syracuse. No word on when he is going to get that final rehab start. Don?
Okay, Heidi, thank you very much. As Nick Green, with a swing and a miss, makes the count 1-1. The list is getting shorter of injured Red Sox players, but we watched Jacoby Ellsbury injury that shoulder the other day and hoped that it wouldn't be that bad. Well, here we are a couple days later and still not back to regular yet.
Well, I had a feeling something was going to be wrong. You know, I know structural was all right, but anytime you get some inflammation there, it takes a long time to get out. So it doesn't surprise me. It's been, what, 4 days now.
Terry was asked if he'd be available before the game, and he said, yeah, you think about it, you could use him for his speed, but then you worry about him diving anywhere, so that's a concern. So he'd prefer to stay away from him if necessary tonight. A 1-2 fouled off. Nick Green batting out of the number 9 spot. He's had a productive series against the Yankees. And he's kind of slid into this everyday spot at shortstop with Lugo on the bench again.
Well, he's chipped in here and there with big hit here, big hit there. You throw him a fastball, he is always ready for a fastball.
Leadoff home run for David Ortiz to start the bottom of the second inning. Since then, 2 flyouts to right, Veritek and Baldelli. Sabathia has grabbed his bearings and is ahead of Nick Green now, 1-2. Two and two.
That's the strikeout pitch that CC features. You know, hard breaking ball down and in. Has yet got to get a strikeout early in this ball game, but you got to have somebody hacking at that to punch him out.
Swing and a miss. Nick Green strikes out. David Ortiz has homered for the 4th time this year. A solo shot opposite field. Red Sox lead it 1-0. One to nothing. The top of the Yankees order, Derek Jeter to lead it off. He's got 1 of 2 New York hits through the first 2 innings. Brad Penny with his 51st pitch of his outing. And it's to the first batter of the 3rd inning.
He's got to be thankful to Swisher for getting doubled up. Saved him a few pitches last inning.
25 first inning pitches, 25 second inning pitches. And a foul off to the right for Jeter, 1-1. Against the Red Sox, Derek Jeter leads all active major leaguers with 243 hits and 201 games against the Red Sox. Away for ball 2, 2-1.
Penny being very careful tonight, more than he has in any other start I've watched him. Trying to go in, trying to go out, breaking balls, change up, split fingers.
On the ground left side, under the glove of Mike Lowell, diving to his left. And Jeter is aboard for the 2nd time tonight.
Jeter gets a fastball down and in. You see him take a nice swing at this ball. It looks like an out when he first hits it, pounds it into the ground, but right in the hole. Lowell gets a decent jump on this ball, but he couldn't get down to the ground fast enough Ball goes underneath his glove. You see the replay of that. It's like a slow developing thing when you see it on the replay, but just in the right place more than anything. You got to watch Jeter again. He stole first time up, first pitch.
So a base hit for Jeter is second of the night. The Yankees now have 3 hits. Johnny Damon lined out to the first baseman. Kevin Youkilis in the first. I know you change your approach as a starter depending upon the team you're facing, but can you worry about a team too much and not stick to the stuff that's made you good all year?
Well, I think more than anything you've got to change when you face a good lineup, because you know that they're going to be a little more patient. You know, you can't try to challenge them as much. I mean, because they're just a much greater lineup than the average team. So I definitely have seen a change in Penny, how he's gone about this game. Hooray for velocity. He's got the velocity, but he's really mixed a lot of things in. I mean, he's concerned.
When you think about his outing against Texas, you get a lot of swing and miss there. You're not going to get nearly as much swing and miss against this squad.
But you're not going to change who you are. He's a fastball pitcher. You can know what you can do. Throw change-ups. I saw early on 2-1 change-ups here and there.
But as you point out, he's being much more careful.
There again, 2-1 change-up. So he's a totally different pitcher. The ball's up a little bit right here, but a 2-1 change-up. Little split finger, I think it is. So he's trying to pitch. He's not just humping like he normally does.
Foul tip held onto by Varitek for strike 3. Second strikeout for Penny. Rearing back again with the gas. 1 out.
I'll tell you what, after a split finger on a 2-1 pitch, this fastball looks a lot faster than 95. It's brought anyway. Johnny Damon a little late, foul tip. Boy, he is pitching tonight.
1 out, Jeter at first base. Mark Teixeira, ground out to second base, first time up. Strike 1 over the inside corner.
The curveball get me over for a strike. That goes a long ways when you got to get up in the count with a breaking ball. Now, once again, your fastball is going to look a lot quicker. He doesn't know really what you're going to do right now. Throw over is what he's going to do right now. But it's nice. I used to like to start off hitters with a breaking ball, because I said then my cheese might look a little quicker, right? And then they're not really sure. Therefore, a little uncertainty goes a long ways, and starting a guy off with a breaking ball really changes everything for a strike.
Covidian and Terry Francona are hosting a free educational program at the Holiday Inn in Mansfield this Tuesday, June 16th, to broaden awareness of staph infections in the community. For more information, email strikeout.infection@covidian.com. With 1 out, Derek Jeter is at first base. Brad Penny has jumped ahead 0-2 of Mark Teixeira. Teixeira to center field. Rocco Baldelli into left center now, puts it away for out number 2. The SBLI A+ performer of the series is Josh Beckett. In these uncertain times, there is only one thing you can count on. Your family's future is safe with SBLI of Massachusetts. SBLI, the life insurance company rated A+ by AM Best for superior financial strength. Get your free quote today. Beckett with a great outing against the Yankees. 6 innings, 1 hit.
See Beckett right there. He had good gas. He always has good gas, but he had a good curveball that game. Threw a bunch of curveballs. He had a talk with Brad Penny and told him, because this Brad Penny is a new Brad Penny. I have not seen him pitch like this at any given time. I mean, I knew he had this stuff in his bag of tricks, but he's used it all tonight. This is as well as I think he's ever pitched, not so much thrown.
You're used to seeing about 70% or better of fastballs, and that's not been the case. He's got the good gas, as you point out, which has been in the 96 to 98 area.
Well, you mix in a breaking ball here and there, and they're not really quite sure. And if they're not quite sure, that fastball looks so much quicker. See, he went right back inside to Alex right there after drilling him the first time up.
After hitting Alex Rodriguez in the first inning, both teams were handed out warnings. After the umpiring crew got together to decide whether or not it warranted a warning, and they felt it did. Jerry Davis, the crew chief.
Alex Rodriguez not even swinging the bat that good right now. Why do you want to drill him?
Foul above us, and it's 0-2.
You just hope he leaves town and gets hot some other time, because he has not swung the bat that well this series at all. Well, you pitch ahead in the count, it goes a long ways. Last time Teixeira had a bad swing at a fastball, 0-2, the last hitter, and then now he's got Alex 0-2, and he doesn't know what he's going to do. See ya.
On the corner for strike 3. Leadoff single wasted for Jeter, 1-0 Red Sox. Top of the Yankees as we head to the bottom of the third inning. It's the top of the Red Sox order. Dustin Pedroia, J.D. Drew, and Kevin Youkilis. Sabathia coming inside that time. And Pedroia spinning away.
Sooner or later he's got to come inside. I mean, that's a big part of his game. We've seen a lot of balls outside. Change-ups. He's been pitching too. Both of these pitchers haven't been thrown tonight. They've been pitching.
We're talking about two guys who pitch mid to upper 90s.
But you see, they got, they have pretty good command of it. With that true fastball, a true four-seamer that stays there.
Brad Penny was 65 pitches through the first 3 innings tonight. A strike to Pedroia, and it's 2-1.
See, change up anytime. 2-0 change up. Pedroia had been popping the ball up a lot lately. A lot of fly balls. Having decent swings in them, but just not centering it, not squaring it up. Back-to-back changeups.
Cervelli tried to frame it as a strike. It's ball 3, 3-1. Difference in the game, a solo home run to begin the bottom of the second inning by David Ortiz. Opposite field shot off CC Sabathia. Strike two, full count.
That's his favorite side of the plate, that left-handed, outside to a right-handed hitter. He'll wear that spot out and then fire one inside occasionally, hard breaking ball. But for the most part, he lives out there.
Pop up left side, sending Jeter to short left. And the Yankees captain puts it away for out number one. Hurry into Olympia Sports. Spend $75 or more on licensed Major League Baseball merchandise and get a $15 Olympia Sports bonus card. This promotion ends June 23rd. Olympia Sports, get it for less. One out here in the third inning. J.D. Drew gets a second look at CC Sabathia tonight. J.D. doubled in the first inning. One of two Red Sox hits tonight. And it's strike one to Drew.
Well, Sabathia is showing me something the way he pitched tonight. And talk about the joy of the last hitter. Threw him three changeups, threw him a 3-2 changeup. When pitching was pitching tonight.
You're digging this, I can tell.
Really, I always thought, Sabathia was more of a power guy, Bring it 95, 96, hard breaking ball, occasionally flip that little off-speed breaking ball away, but for the most part, power pitch. And you see tonight, change-ups here and there, behind in the count, change-up.
Maybe it's the question mark for the Yankees, spending all this money and investing so much in CC Sabathia. He is a bigger guy. Will he wear down over time? Will the body kind of work against him at some point?
You can't help but see that when he gets to the mound. It's like, my God, how big is he? How much does he weigh? But he uses that weight. I mean, he probably takes, if you think about it, if your timing's right, you get your buns into this thing, and use it in your advantage. But still, the innings add up, and you never know. I always say you never know when a pitcher's just going to reach his limit. You get to 2,000 innings, you're going to have trouble. It's inevitable that you're going to have arm trouble. It's going to hurt, on and off. But is it going to be serious? I mean, I always said, when are you going to turn into a pumpkin? Like pumpkin meaning you're done.
Right.
And you just don't quite know it. And what body type do you need to last a long, long time? I always thought you needed the big, big hips and legs, lower half like Clemens and some of those guys. Those skinny 5'10" guys not going to make it.
Drew strikes out, grabs the inside corner, and it's the second strikeout for CC Sabathia. 2 down.
See how he can paint right here. 3-2. He's going to throw a fastball down and in. Catches that inside corner. Well, he thinks it caught the inside corner. JD doesn't.
2 down, 5 in a row, retired by Sabathia. Here's Kevin Youkilis, who walked in the first inning, the only walk given up by Sabathia.
Well, the Yankees are thinking that they hope he lasts a long, long time, because they've got to get their money's worth out of him. And you talk about a guy who's won 122 games. He's under 30 years old. His name is mentioned, and maybe he's the next guy to win, or maybe the only guy that has a chance to win 300 ball games. It's hard to say, still he's got to go out the next 10, 12 years and keep running it out there, win 15 to 20 games. That's why it's so hard to do. But if anybody could do it, this would be the guy.
Do you think this will work to his advantage, his build, perhaps?
That's what I was saying. Maybe it does. If your timing is right, you never know. I mean, if you can, mechanics are everything to last in this game, because you could see somebody that, like myself, I used to throw, people used to say right away, he's not going to last, because of, my angle and and just how it looked.
You're thin, you're wiry, there's not much to you.
Well, then I turned into a tuna, and then
No, you should have beefed up.
I did beef up, but what I'm saying is I had good timing, and that's why I lasted. And it's a gift to last a long time, too. So you got to be fortunate enough to have a good arm. But I had arm trouble a lot, and I'm sure every pitcher never feels good 100%, especially when you're throwing 250 innings like he did last year.
Strike 3 call. Sabathia's getting better as the night goes on. Euclid disagrees. 3 done, 1-0 Red Sox. Internet. This is Fios. This is big. We head to the top half of the 4th inning. Leading it off is Robinson Cano. And speaking of big, one of the giants of our business, Jim Nantz, in the booth.
You're
CBS
nice.
Sports. Good
Thank
to see
you. What an honor
you?
to be here with you two and be at Fenway. The first time I ever come to Fenway Park in my life. And I get to throw out the first pitch. I get to come to the booth. I feel like a kid in a candy store. Uh-oh.
This is to right. J.D. Drew in a few steps and over for out number 1. Let's take a look at this first pitch in
This
style.
is my first chance to see it. Okay, wearing the 29 there in the jersey. That's for my daughter. It's her lucky number, my Caroline.
There you go.
Okay. What do you think? I didn't see it. It was across the plate, Dennis.
Yeah, was it?
A little high, but
like it.
What do you think?
How much did you work before that? Did you have to?
I saw you warming up
I
forever.
was so nervous. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I just was glad to get it across the plate.
You said to us earlier about used to do some stuff for the Houston Astros years ago. What was that?
I was the public address announcer for the games at the Astrodome. Actually, the backup PA man, because I was a student at the University of Houston, but it amounted to about 30 games, maybe even sometimes 35 a year, not quite half of them.
Did you know what you were going to do at that time?
I knew that I wanted to one day work for CBS, believe it or not.
Really?
And I would sit there with my microphone and I would have all my homework on the desk and I'd be doing my homework at the games. And someone would nudge me because the guys won't go into the batter box until you introduce them.
Jim, we understand that you have written a book, a little bit about it. Tell us a little bit about it. Of course, your dad.
Oh, thank you. It's called Always by My Side. It actually came out last year. It actually reached the highest ranking of any sports book of 08. We just came out with the paperback edition, and it was about my dad, my beloved father, who fought for 13 years Alzheimer's, and you know, my hero and inspiration. And it just was a book really about goodness, the things that I felt like my father stood for. It was really a relationships book more than it was a sports book. And Alas, the title, always by my side, which my father will always figuratively be with me everywhere I go, every time I'm on the air, every step I make, every breath I take. So always by my side.
And it kind of coincided with the time that you were really climbing the ladder in this business at the same time.
I really did truly, since I was a little boy, want to one day be one of the voices, behind the microphone. I didn't care about being on television. I just wanted to tell stories like the voices of my youth, the McKays and Schenkels and Whitakers and Summeralls and Inbergs and Gowdies, and hate to get started. You know the ones I'm talking about. And I love the way they told a story.
Nick Swisher is down on strikes. It's the 4th strikeout for Brad Penny. There's 2 down here in the 4th inning.
Boy, as Penny pitching tonight, it continues. You see some off-speed pitch right there, down. Swisher can't lay off.
Well, it's a pretty special place, isn't it, here? I mean, that's stating the obvious, I know, but I've been to some of the sacred shrines of the world. The job has taken me to Wimbledon or to Augusta and, all these other places. Lambeau Field. And I've been so excited about this for months.
I was going to ask you about this. I mean, you've done the Masters, you've done so many events, the Super Bowl. Is there one that stands out for you, most enjoyable to call in your career?
Well, the Masters was the one where I really, heard the voices in my head and, felt it in my heart that that's what really made me want to go to CBS, and my dad made me believe that could happen. So I would say that's the one. Augusta is the one that's the biggest thrill for me.
On the ground, back up the middle. Pedroia dives, tries to throw from one knee, and it's not going to get it done, but nice play to even get there.
Pedroia seems to make a dive every night. Almost saved a no-hitter the other night for Beckett. Couldn't get a handle on it. You see him go a long ways up the middle right there. There's no chance. It's amazing that he even got to this ball, and then he gets up thinking he can get something on this ball, but no chance. Base hit by Matsui.
The Yankees with a 2-out base runner. Matsui at first base. Melky Cabrera the batter. Strikeout victim first time up. Jim Nantz is visiting us in the booth. And the book is virtually everywhere, right, for fans to go get?
Oh, yeah, and it's really for Father's Day. And last year at Father's Day, I had no idea. Honestly, didn't write this to try to get into the competitive world of book selling, but it went through 5 printings and spent the summer on the New York Times bestseller list, and I just feel very blessed. Been such a reaction. My father ended up passing away at the end of June '08. That anniversary is coming up, but I'm just so touched by the way that people have been inspired by my father, and that was really his last gift to me, was to inspire me to write the story about things that we all should be reminded of, just everyday common courtesies and graces in the way you act.
Deep short, Green rounding behind it, no chance at first base. A couple of infield type hits as Cabrera reaches 2 on with 2 down.
You see back-to-back hits here to infielders that just can't, out of their reach to the point where they just get there and they can't have enough on the ball to make an attempt to save an out.
Watching the way you two masterfully, try to weave through this, the awkwardness of a third guy coming in when things are happening in a game. I'm not usually on this side of it. I know you're wishing I would leave, and I'll be happy to. Okay, I've done one baseball game in my life, and I'm watching how beautifully you just weave this so casually through here. And I did it with Mel Allen, by the way.
That right?
Speaking
Wow.
of name dropping, I'm a shameless name dropper, but that was enough for me to know that I was not qualified to ever do it again. It was a one and done deal for me.
So what's your favorite? Golf, basketball, football?
It's hard to say. I love them all. The NFL is great. We've got the Super Bowl coming up this year on CBS, the Final Four too. But in my heart, it's just about being able to tell the story. And maybe the Augusta scene is the story that I've always wanted to tell the most.
Thank you for sharing your story.
I can feel that commercial break bearing down on my back.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Great to see you,
Thank
Dennis.
you. Appreciate it,
Don. Thank you, pal. Thank you, Frost.
Papa time. Call Papa Gino's for delivery and be automatically entered to win Sox tickets plus in-game delivery. Visit Nesson.com for details. Tonight's winners are Richard Grogan and Terry Houston. That's pretty good, huh? It doesn't get any better than that. Free pizzas, some Coke. It's all good.
Start boiling. Just pizza and Coke.
If you had
begin the boiling.
You should have done it. You could have had years to your career.
Like you said, I got to be a tuna to go out there and last longer. Wait a minute. You called me scrawny, didn't you?
No, wiry and thin.
That sounded like scrawny to me. I heard scrawny. Yeah, it's not good.
Jason Bay leading it off here in the 4th inning. I thank Jim Nantz for stopping by and sharing his story about his dad and great book that he has written in conjunction with his great career. A 1-1, a one hopper gathered at second by Cano, picks himself up and throws out Jason Bay.
Jason Bay hits this ball sharply, fastball away, stays on it, one hops. Cano loses his balance, gets up, makes the play. It's a nice play by Cano right there. You see, infielders diving all over the joint. If it's wet in the outfield, it could have been a different story. He may have never gotten up. He might have dove all the way and couldn't get back up.
7 in a row now retired by Sabathia. The one blemish, the home run by David Ortiz, and it's the difference in this game. Both starters kind of settling in here, but Mike Lowell bats for the second time against Sabathia and fouls it off.
Once again, we see Sabathia just sort of, he's been living outside. I've been saying this over and over again, but I'm kind of amazed how he pitches. Fastballs away, changeups away. More tonight, more of a two-pitch pitcher tonight. Fastball, changeup. You haven't seen a lot of breaking balls. You might see one right here. Fastball in. I'm going to get a foul ball sooner or later.
Yeah.
Tonight there's been 2 close.
Hey, talking about foul balls. A couple pitches ago, this catch was made. D'Angelo's Lobster Nation catch of the day. Find your best catch of the day at D'Angelo. Nice grab. Their famous lobster lineup is back, loaded with 100% real lobster. Try the lobster roll, the baked stuffed lobster, the lobster sandwich. Come on. You deserve D'Angelo. One out in the 4th inning, 1-2 to Mike Lowell. Flied out to right field his first time up. In the 9 years I've been doing this, only 2 have come up here.
Really?
So your odds are not good. Foul tipped, held onto by Cervelli. It's the 4th strikeout for Sabathia, and there's 2 down in the 4th inning.
See Sabathia down, and finally he comes upstairs with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Foul tip by Lowell. Punch out. He's punched out 3 of the last 4 hitters. Strikeout ball starting to come around for Sabathia.
Two outs, David Ortiz. A home run in the 2nd inning. The only run of the game, his 4th of 2009. An opposite field shot for Ortiz with authority.
Saw first pitch fastball. He got up there. He said, I'm looking fastball. He got it. Didn't try to pull it. Stayed on it. Hit this ball way over the fence.
Starting to come together. Down 0-2.
Fastball coming alive too. Going a little harder and harder as the game has gone on for CC. I think that's his favorite part of the plate, is the ball away from a right-hander into a left-hander. It's his arm side, as they say. Most pitchers are like that. They throw to the corner that their arm side is on, which would be inside to a left-hander.
Did he go? No, says Jerry Davis. All right, walk me through this again. Arm side what?
In other words, if he's left-handed, we see a curveball right here that David holds up on. He didn't go. Good breaking ball he holds up on. But his arm side would be, he's left-handed. His arm side being that side is inside to a left-handed hitter. See, he likes that zone right there.
To left field. It'll stay in the yard this time. Johnny Damon makes the catch. No, he drops it in left. Out of the glove. It looked like he was going to be in trouble there at the end, and he can't catch it. Glances off the glove.
Where did this ball hit him? In the eye?
Got him in the glove, but
it's a can of corn right here, and he's got a beat on it the whole way. Oh, it just hit the heel of his glove, bounced up.
he's 7.
You see him hit the heel right there, and he's hoping he can catch it off of his heel. But he went down on the ground. I was like saying, what's wrong with him? Like something got in his eye. Ortiz still at first base. You think he would have been on second.
Good point. 2 down. Ortiz at first. Jason Varitek the batter.
It's that one time you're not hustling. Guy drops the ball in the outfield.
Ball 1 outside.
You don't see that happen every day, that's
No.
for sure. They're lucky it happened with nobody on and 2 outs. Something like that happens with 2 outs and the bases loaded, everybody running. It cost you a game.
Elevates. Varitek chases, and it's a ball and a strike.
Try to go inside there. Jumping on a fastball 95. He's starting to let it go. He is getting loose.
Ground ball to third base. Alex Rodriguez at deep third to the throw that's in time to get Varitek. The error not costly. We played 4 from Fenway. It's 1-0 Red Sox. Fenway Park, 1-0. Red Sox on top. Brett Penny about to throw his 80th pitch of his outing. 4 innings, 5 hits, no runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts.
He has been working hard. I mean, he has been a big league pitcher tonight, using all of his pitches. Be nice to have a real quick 1-2-3 inning, as many pitches as he's thrown up to this point. And worked hard every inning.
Derek Jeter leading it off, 2 for 2. He's got a pair of singles. Fouls it straight back. Yankees had 2 on in the first, 2 on in the second. Left a runner on in the third, and the Yankees have had their chances tonight. Left 2 on in the fourth, so a total of 6 men through the first 4.
For the most part, he doesn't throw any more than 100 pitches. He's only thrown 100 pitches, 110 pitches once. So you think he has an easy inning here. He can get past the 6th, but one inning at a time. Talk about this lineup. You can't just go out there and try to just throw strikes one after another.
Light rain falling at Fenway Park. Showers in the forecast tonight, and hopefully they stay as light as they are right now. Soft breaking ball, missing for ball 3.
Once again, pitching, fastball count 2-1. Breaking ball he throws.
This one sent foul down the right field line. Youkilis takes a look, but it's well back into the seats and a full count. Jeter had been 0 for 8 in the series coming in, but 2 hits tonight. Johnny Damon dropped a baseball. Wasn't a costly error as Sabathia was able to get Jason Varitek out of the inning. Damon bats next. On the ground at Pedroia at second base. Jeter is out number 1 of the 5th inning. Well, tonight after our Red Sox coverage, stay with Nesson for Sports Desk, presented by FW Webb. Find FW Webb's 27 bat centers at frankwebb.com. Catherine Tappan will give you all the latest news from the Patriots minicamp in Foxborough and a look at fitting all the arms into the Red Sox pitching puzzle. Plus a special interview with Jim Nantz of CBS Sports. It's all coming up tonight after our Red Sox coverage only on Nesson. 1 out here in the 5th, and Johnny Damon checks in. Takes strike 1 from Brad Penny.
Brad Penny, we talked about last time out against Texas, pitched so well for 4 innings and then sort of left him that 1 inning, this being the 5th inning. But I think he's even pitched better tonight than he did against Texas. I think, Texas was swinging at a lot of pitches off of him, made it easy work of it for 4 innings, but he's had to work up until this point to hold the Yankees to nothing to this point.
Right side, Pedroia. 2 down in the 5th. Looking for a new and memorable way to entertain clients or family and friends at Fenway? Check out the boardroom at the EMC Club. 8 to 12 guests can enjoy a private pregame meal, an open bar, and private seating location behind home plate in the EMC Club. This all-inclusive package is now available for some of June's most sought-after games against the Braves and Marlins. For more information, call 617-226-6025 or email premiumsales@redsox.com tonight. 2 outs in the 5th inning. And Mark Teixeira, he is grounded out to second base and flied out to center.
See 2 ground balls this inning. We talked before in the pregame about the leverage that he gets when he stays on top of the fastball and it goes downhill. It's almost like a sinker. His fastball gets more ground balls. It's not like he throws a sinker, but the ball on that angle, that down plane, if he keeps it down like he did to Jeter and Damon right there, he's going to get some ground balls. And then he's got that riding fastball that he can punch guys out with, and he really shows that he can paint in and out with his fastball. Tonight he's throwing everything, though. I'm impressed.
90th pitch misses outside. Told you he went 103 last time out. It only took him 5 2/3. Here he is at 90 pitches now with 2 outs in the 5th.
You know, 1-0 game. He hasn't got the luxury to go after somebody right now. If he's leading 3 or 4 to nothing, he can go after somebody. He's just trying to be careful. You see a 2-1 pitch there again. breaking ball. I mean, he's not just going to throw gas at you when he, when fastball counts. You can't to a lineup like this.
Teixeira hits it high and deep to center. Baldelli's back there's got room. And he makes the catch. A 1-2-3 fifth inning. Halfway through this one, Red Sox lead it 1-0. Sabathia works into the fifth inning, 62 pitches through the first 4. Ball 1-2 Baldelli. Baldelli, Green, and Pedroia to bat here in the fifth inning.
The way Sabathia has pitched all night, you think that the warning came in the first inning when he first got out there, and it's like, don't throw inside. Not because it's a warning, because he's been thrown outside all night long.
This is drilled to left on a line. Damon's not going to get it, and one hops the wall. Baldelli will hold with a hard hit line drive single.
Hard hit line drive is right. This is a rocket that he hits. This ball had a jet stream on it when he look at this ball down. It's a sweet part of the bat, as they say. Squared it up perfectly. Johnny puts his glove up like he's got to attempt to catch this thing. This ball's off the fence in a heartbeat. It's there so quickly he can't get a double.
So a leadoff single for Baldelli. It is the third Boston hit of the night off CC Sabathia. Working towards the bottom of the order, Nick Green, the number 9 batter, struck out in the second inning. Joe's bunt. And a miss for a ball. Got away briefly from Cervelli.
See, this ball kind of runs in like a cutter almost. Keeps coming and coming and coming. Trying to just get the bunt down. Not a bad idea to bunt right here. It's not that easy to get a run off of CC. Might as well try it if you can.
They run in on the grass at third base as Green swings away. Foul tips into the catcher's mitt. 1-1.
And they changed lanes right there. They sort of canned the bunt and went. Thinking maybe he's going to give him a fastball. Maybe he took the bunt off. He gets a fastball. He's a good fastball hitter. Swings right through it.
He's squaring as Sabathia surprised Teixeira over there and almost threw it away.
The Red Sox playing tricks with Sabathia. He throws over right here, and you see that Nick Green was going to try attempt to bunt. Put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off is what they're doing right now.
Not on, and a swing and a miss. So back and forth they go, and it's 1-2 now.
You know, Francona knows that Nick Green is a good fastball hitter. So if he could trick Sabathia into throwing him a fastball, thinking he's going to bunt, I mean, that's kind of the thought here. He's not bunting now. He may not get a fastball now either.
Grounded to short. Jeter will flip to second for one. On to first. It's a double play.
Nick Green did not get a fastball right there. You talk about a changeup. 1-2 changeup. Looking fastball. Gets out front of this. Good pitch. Down and away. Way out of the strike zone. He rolls over. Just a matter of whether he hit it hard enough to turn two and just barely got him at first.
So 2 down for Dustin Pedroia. Well, all of us here at NESN and the Red Sox want to send happy birthday wishes to Michelle Harris from Bedford, New Hampshire. Big Red Sox fan and watches all the NESN games on Comcast Cable. And a welcome to great Red Sox fans from Moore Medical here tonight from Connecticut. Sitting in section 27 tonight. Hope they have a good time. So far, it's been enjoyable here at Fenway Park. Good pitchers duel tonight. Brad Penny and CC Sabathia, 1-0 Red Sox lead.
Sabathia's got a nice, easy delivery. You can see why he has such good command. Remember how David Wells used to be like a strike thrower? Everything looked really just easy the way he went to the plate. I wonder why he lasted so long. We're talking about a big body.
Yes.
Big buns.
Definitely a big body.
Yes. Got those buns behind him.
This is rip foul. Time for tonight's trivia question, and it's brought to you by Aflac. We've got you under our wing. Since 2001, who is the only left-handed pitcher with more wins than CC Sabathia? I'll have the answer for you a little bit later. Two outs here in the 5th inning. Pedroia with a count of 2-2. So you've changed my entire thought process as the night has gone on. I always figured you big body guy that you get older, you got perhaps the less chance you'd have to continue the success you've had. You've gone the other way. You think you guys can last a lot longer because he's a big guy.
I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I had this all wrong. Not surprised, but.
So you have to develop into a bigger man as you go along. So much for staying in shape. But, you know, he's in shape. There's no doubt about him. He's just a big man. He's never going to be thin. Like you.
But, well, or thin and wiry like you.
What did you call me?
I touched the nerve. I know I did. Thin and wiry.
I should be, you know, that's like flattering, right? No,
yeah,
I mean, you know,
it's all good.
Scrawny.
I didn't call you fat. I mean, that would be.
Just sounded.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
I've never thought of myself as scrawny.
Oh, but you're thin. Good shape.
Great shape.
Let's see. You're smart.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Carried away.
Just don't ask me any questions.
So what do you think? 3-2 to Dustin Pedroia with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Strike 3 call. Pedroia hates it. Words for James Hoy. It's the 5th strikeout for Sabathia. 1-0 Red Sox. Top over the New York Yankees as we head to the top half of the 6th inning. It's Alex Rodriguez who leads it off here for New York.
The Amica Pit Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Get the right auto and home coverage at amicacoverage.com. And there's some painting going on tonight. You see Penny against A-Rod. Paintball 95 outside corner. Some kind of pitching from both sides.
Rodriguez, Cano, and Swisher to bat here in the 6th inning. It's outside for ball 1-1. Mentioned Penny's pitch count, 93 pitches coming into this inning. And the Red Sox have the pen busy for the first time tonight. Manny Del Carmen is up.
This is where the advantage is the Red Sox. They can have a pitcher like Penny just pitch 5 innings, and he's done his job up to this point. You'd like to see him go farther, but if he can't, they could put together 4 innings in the bullpen. Spread it around a little bit.
Well, for the most part, they've kept Penny right around 100 pitches, and they've been careful with him in that regard. But you think about it, this is a big, strong guy out there.
It is, but still, I mean, you want him to be as good as he can be. And then just don't push it. Yeah, just don't push it. Now, if you didn't have a bullpen like the Red Sox have, maybe push him a little longer. But he's only used to doing what he's done. How many starts he's had? He's never gone past that. So, but he's worked hard too to this point. Those are hard 96 throws because there's something happening. 1-0 games. Every throw is important.
Outside ball 3, full count.
And everybody in this lineup can go deep at any given time. So the focus and the effort that goes into each throw is just a little different.
Rodriguez, then Cano, and Swisher here in the 6th inning.
Try to do the same thing, paint away.
Fouled off, full count. Penny coming in at 5-2. Took a good bit of work to get that earned run average down, which he has done over the last few outings. It's down to 5.85 coming into tonight's action.
Well, he has never had an outing this year where he hadn't given up a run. Every game he's given up 2, 3, 4, or whatever. It's a good time he picked to have a good ball game, especially in a 1-0 game. This is the time to do it.
Popped up foul. Veritek will go as far as he can, but no chance. Hey fans, Nesson's cameras are over at the Joshua Tree tonight on 1613 Comm Ave in Alston. As fans are taking in this series finale between the Red Sox and Yankees, always serving an honest brew with a big taste and a nice finish. Visit the Joshua Tree to catch all your baseball action. We're in the 6th inning here at Fenway Park. 1-0 Red Sox on top. And again, the payoff pitch to Alex Rodriguez. Foul to the right. Still 3-2.
Rodriguez working hard this at bat, fouling off the last 2 pitches. Trying to work on finally getting something down the middle he can handle.
He was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. Warnings were passed out to both teams. And he struck out looking in the 3rd. Pitch 10 of the at bat for Alex Rodriguez. And it's chopped to 3rd. Lowell off to the side, grabs it, throws his counterpart out at 1st. It's time for a game break in. Tom Caron, TC. Thanks, Tom. Here at Fenway, the Red Sox holding on to a 1-0 advantage with the Yankees batting in the top half of the 6th with 1 out. And Robinson Cano coming up.
We're looking at Santana, that game we were just watching, Tampa and Anaheim. Santana got knocked around today. You see, so Lackey got knocked around. Things aren't really working real well for Anaheim this year. You wonder if it's just not in the cards for them.
Yeah,
long ways to go, but
you thought with Lackey coming back, Santana coming back, that it would all come together, because that appeared to be the piece that they were missing. Up the middle and into center. Robinson Cano with a 1-out, well-placed grounder.
Well placed. Exactly up the middle. This ball couldn't have been placed any better. As soon as it got over Penny's head right here, ground ball over his head, splits the infielders right over the second base bag. Couldn't have put it in a much better place than that.
1 out, 1 on. Nick Swisher coming up. Swisher doubled in the 2nd inning, struck out swinging in the 4th. And gets his 3rd look of the night at Brad Penny.
Swisher up here, switch hitter. You got Matsui on deck, left-handed. You got Melky Cabrera, switch hitter after that. So really 3 left-handers.
Huge secondary lead at first base for Robinson Cano that time.
I don't think you think of Cano as being any base threat. He's stole 3 bags this year.
League leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. Nick Swisher had a double earlier in the game, and extra base hits the category. American League team highs. Yankees lead. Red Sox 3rd with 220. Texas Rangers in between. Two and 1 to Swisher. The 110 His high was done at Tampa Bay back on May 3rd.
You have to consider, Tiv, you know, Swisher gets on here. Consider bringing in Del Carmen to face Matsui.
Del Carmen's ready if they choose to do that. He's been up since the beginning of the inning. On the corner for strike two, 2-2.
I mean, he has made some good pitches this inning on the corner. You see a couple he made to A-Rod that he fouled off and made some good pitches. You see that another one right on the corner.
Did you play with Nick Swisher's dad, Steve Swisher, with the Cubs?
No, I didn't.
Missed him?
I missed him, man.
His dad, Steve Swisher, had been a catcher in the Cubs and Cardinals, managed in the Mets system. In the dirt and a full count.
You know, Swisher's, he's going to make you work. That curveball he's hoping he'd swing at, but Swisher's not the type of hitter that's going to hack. Once again, he's going to have to make that pitch again, down and away. Could be his last pitch of the game if he doesn't throw a strike.
There goes Cano at first. It's a ground ball right side. Youkilis will take it himself for the second out of the inning. Cano takes second base in the scoring position with 2 outs.
Penny, he continues to pitch. I mean, I'm surprised here he throws a curveball 3-2. It says a lot about how he's pitched all night long. Never really given in, and when he has to, he'll paint. I mean, he's thrown 108 pitches. I mean, he's worked hard all night. To me, this is his best outing of the season.
I want to remind you to catch a new episode of Nesson's Comedy All-Stars tomorrow night at 11:30, brought to you in part by your New England Chevy dealers. Host Tommy Davidson is joined by Ira Proctor, Tyler Bowe, and Mike McRae on the show where sports and comedy collide. Visit Nesson.com now to check out clips from the show. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Cano at second. Hideki Matsui takes the strike. Matsui has been aboard twice, a walk and a single. Cano, who reached on a single, is now at second with 2 outs as Penny bluffed off the backside, sending Cano back to the bag. Hideki Matsui will be a free agent at the end of this season. It'll be interesting to say if he stays in New York or where he goes. He's had some injury problems after being someone who played every day in Japan and for a good bit of his career here in New York. All of a sudden running into some injuries the last couple of years that have cost him.
Penny making some good pitches here on Matsui. Doesn't leave it out over. Pounds the ball in the last 2 pitches. You got him set up for something off speed. You got one more pitch inside corner on him. You got enough gas left in him to go inside here. Fastball.
Swing and a foul. Tries the mask of Jason Varitek, and then it's 1-2 still.
Tries to paint down and away. This ball runs back over the middle of the plate. He didn't want to throw it there. Got away with a pitch right there.
Varitek's mask, home plate umpire James Hoy's leg.
Nothing but fastballs he's featured. You see his hand, how dirty his hand is.
The 1-2 to Matsui in the dirt, and it's 2-2.
He's working hard. He really is. Everything trying to paint away, paint in, breaking ball. knowing this is his last hitter.
Red Sox going to head out and talk to Brad Penny here with 2 outs in the inning. He's had 5 strikeouts or more in each of the last 3 outings. He's sitting on 4 Ks right now. A great time for his 5th strikeout of the night. Season high in Ks is 7. Did that at Minnesota.
See if he wants to throw a breaking ball here. I think he's going to gas him.
Down the line and a foul ball. The indication. Wow, that was very close.
Well, Matsui almost dotted him down the left field line right here. Fastball down and away, and he almost hits his ball chock. You wonder where that ball crossed over the bag. Obviously, it was foul after that, but when it goes over the bag, it doesn't have to, end up foul. It could cross over.
Cano at second, 2 outs in the 6th inning. Time called.
See if he's got one last fastball in him. No, curveball.
In the dirt, full count. Ray Francona's had Del Carmen ready this entire inning. He stayed with Penny at least through the next Matsui here, and Cabrera coming up.
If he walks in, he's gone. If he gives up a base hit, he's gone. This is it.
3-2. Struck him out looking. Nice outing for Brad Penny. 6 shutout innings and a 1-0 Red Sox lead.
Great outing.
Sixth inning, J.D. Drew. Kevin Youkilis, Jason Day. Drew rolls one foul. 78 pitches for C.C. Sabathia as he works here in the 6th inning. Drew doubled back in the 1st inning, struck out looking in the 3rd. It's 0-2.
Much more comfortable outing for CC compared to Penny. Didn't seem like Penny was working. He was working. You know, almost 120 pitches in 6 innings. Had that one last pitch he made to Matsui. He had it in him.
This is pitch 80 for CC. And it's grounded foul. Still 0-2. Sabathia with 5 strikeouts on the night. He has walked a batter, given up 3 hits, and of course the home run, which is the difference in this game, to David Ortiz.
He has a hard time throwing that ball outside to a left-handed hitter. He'll throw his breaking ball out there, but he has a harder time throwing a fastball out there. Let's see here.
Did he go? No. This is Jerry Davis, third base umpire. And it's 1-2.
You'll see him yank that breaking ball out there, but you don't see a lot of fastballs on the outside corner to left-handed hitters.
Joe Girardi and his Yankees trying to find a way to beat the Red Sox in 2009. They've not yet done it. Think about how even these two teams have been over the years, and go back a great number of years, and that season series is always pretty close to even. In fact, last year in the 18 games, they were 9-9. And the Red Sox this year have taken the first 7. A slight edge here at Fenway Park. Drew again holding up.
See once again a little breaking ball, 3 in a row he's thrown through, and he holds up on a, I don't know how you'd hold up.
Fly ball center field. Melky Cabrera into left center. And he makes the catch for the first out of the 6th inning. It's time now to bring you up to speed with AT&T Rapid Rewind. Red Sox are on top 1-0 with Robinson Cano in scoring position at second, and a big strikeout for Brad Penny. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Look at the line for Brad Penny, 6 innings and an outstanding effort.
That was his last pitch, whether or not it was a strike or whatever. He was gone if he didn't make a pitch right there.
Season high 117 pitches for Brad Penny in his outing tonight. The Pirates with the Red Sox on top 1-0. Equals a walk and a strikeout, 2 at bats against CC Sabathia tonight. Late in the fastball, and it's 1-1.
Tried to get that ball in on you, but still beat him out over with a fastball. See, he's trying to set up inside. This ball's middle of the plate more. It's got enough hair on it to get by him.
Rolls it over foul, and it's 1-2. The youngster. Not only does he get a souvenir baseball, but his hero has hit a home run tonight. It's up high for ball 2, 2-2.
He tries a little, after going upstairs, change his eyesight a little bit. See if he goes down the way again. Maybe a little change up down the way. Nope, inside.
To left field. Johnny Damon had started back, now comes in and makes the catch for the second out. Get some razzing out there by the Fenway faithful as he dropped the ball earlier, but not this time. 2 down. It's time now for the Coors Light freeze cam, and here was the drop by Johnny Damon. Looked to be the 3rd out of the inning, but instead clank off the heel of the glove for Johnny Damon and an error. Coors Light Freeze Can brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Wasn't costly as Jason Varitek would ground out to end that inning. 90th pitch of the night is strike one to Jason Bay.
Even big leaguers do it every once in a while. You don't see it very often, maybe once a year.
Little stumble for Sabathia at the end of that last delivery. Says he's all right. At the landing foot, it all happened awkwardly.
He trips a little here and ends up throwing a high fastball. Kind of catches his spike a little bit. Spins out. We land in that hole out there. If you don't hand just right, it looks like he can spin out at any given time. He's got such a long release. He gets way out there. I wouldn't have had to worry about where he lands late in the ball game because it's out of my reach almost from where I landed. That was my biggest concern always, about the holes out in front. Look how far that is out there, way out there.
Slowly grounded to short. Jeter charges, off balance throw, and he gets it there in time. What a play by Derek Jeter. It ends things in the sixth, 1-0 Red Sox. Sports presents the Boston Globe's Red Sox Game Day Live with TC, Jim, Heidi, Dave Roberts, and me. You get a preview of the weekend series between the last two World Series champions as the Sox take on the Phillies. They'll look at Raul Ibanez's powerful performance in 2009, and you'll get an in-depth look at the pitching matchup between John Lester and Joe Blanton. It's all coming up tomorrow night at 6 only on NESN. Melky Cabrera leading it off here in the 7th inning. Cabrera, Cervelli, and Jeter. As this call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. 6 shutout innings tonight for Brad Penny. Hands it off to Manny Del Carmen. Appearance in his 25th game of the year, 1.07 earned run average. Opponent hitting at 223. And it's in there for strike one, 1-1.
What an outing tonight for Brad Penny. I think the best outing of the year for him. Keeping a game 1-0. He had every pitch meant something to go out there like he did and hold the Yankees down to nothing, 6 innings.
on the ground and by Lowell, who is in on the grass at third. And a leadoff single for Melky Cabrera.
Fastball down and away. Melky a little late on the swing, but shoots this ball by Lowell, who's playing up. Look how close he is. No angle on that. Has no time to react. Ball's right by him.
There is action in the Red Sox pen as Takashi Saito is up. Well, the last 4 appearances coming into tonight, Del Carmen had given up only 1 hit. Gives up a hit to the first batter that he faces in this appearance.
Well, Del Carmen, much as good against left-handers as he is against right-handers. With an overhand curveball that he has, good changeup. So when you go forward into this lineup, Saito is much better against right-handed hitters. So that's where you're trying to pick a spot here as we go along.
There goes the runner at first, and it's lined into left field. A base hit for Cervelli. So Cabrera just keeps on going, and he's going to try and score. The cutoff from Green. The throw is high, and the game is tied. That happened fast here in the 7th inning.
I think you kind of go to sleep here with Cervelli at the bat. Not really giving him enough respect. You talk about throwing him a fastball. He leaves his fastball up, room service, up and in. He's yanking out of there. Hits a bullet down the line. Goes into the corner all the way to the wall. Bay plays it nicely, but there's no shot at the plate. High throw. Big double by Cervelli, and this game's tied like that. You got a fastball earlier off Penny and almost hit a ball off the wall his first time up, which was kind of shocking. And there he gets a double off of Del Carmen.
Now Derek Jeter with Cervelli at second base and nobody out. Jeter with 2 hits tonight. Swinging at the first pitch again, fouls it off to the right.
Fastball to Cervelli was a ball up. It wasn't even a strike, but he was looking fastball, just looking dead red, and got to it. You kind of forget about a guy like that. He's out of all this lineup, that's the guy you're least concerned about.
One and one to Jeter. 2 singles in this game for Jeter. And here's the pitch you spoke of.
You see, he's trying to go outside. This ball's up and in, and he's ready fastball. He's sitting fastball. Big league. Everybody can hit a fastball in the big leagues if they're looking for it.
It's away, and it's 2-1 now to Jeter.
The tough part is a 1-run game. You come in out of the bullpen. You really can't make a mistake. There's no room for error. That's why what the bullpen has done all this year, you take it for granted sometimes. It's not easy. And all it takes is one game for them to give up a run. You say, oh my God, you're expecting them to just throw goose eggs up there every night. It's not that easy.
Jeter didn't like strike 2. Talked it over with James Hoy. It's 2-2 now to Jeter.
Jeter's going to think this ball is inside, I assume. That ball's a strike.
Brad Penny was in line for his 100th career win, but the Red Sox see this game tied now as Cabrera scores. It's a 1-1 game and a no decision for Brad Penny in 6 shutout innings. Francisco Cervelli at second base has driven in the game tying run. Jeter wraps it foul. Will do it again.
I see a lot of fastballs from Del Carmen this at bat. A lot of fastballs, period, since he's come into this game.
Foul down the right field line, still 3-2.
Jeter's trying to get this runner in scoring position, but at the same time, 3-2, you just got to try to get a hit. You can't be trying to hit the ball the other way once it gets to 3-2. Although that is his stroke.
Back to the mound. Del Carmen looks to second but throws to first for the out. No advance for Cervelli, who dove back to the bag at the second base once Del Carmen had secured it.
Del Carmen gets his 3-2 pitch down. He has to lean out over to get it. Great pitch. Check the runner, which is the big part of that play. But the runner's trying to get to third base. Good base running by Cervelli, really, to not be too aggressive.
So one out for Johnny Damon. Francisco Cervelli at second base. Damon 0 for 3 tonight. Never had a hit against Manny Del Carmen. Tonight against Brad Penny, lined out to first, struck out swinging, and grounded out to second base.
Yeah, this is where the Red Sox have a problem. Not necessarily a problem because they got a lot of power arms out there, but no left-hander to get a left-handed. You know, like Lopez having been here for the last few years. They don't have that left-hander, one-out left-hander in the bullpen. Obviously Okajima is out there, but you know, you don't have him in this ball game. I'm sure he could come into a game, but he's going to come in for more than one out. After the job he did last night, punching out 3 guys in an inning in the third.
I thought that was always tough for Terry Francona. He talked about it a great deal. Of course, they had Myers here for a long time and then went to New York and served in the same capacity, the guy you bring in to face one guy, but it's tough to carry that guy. You're waiting for the right situation. And
exactly. You got to carry a guy just for one out. It just, to me, it's just, you'd like to have somebody that has more versatile.
In tight to Damon, and it's 2-1.
But this Yankee lineup, the switch hitter, Teixeira, Cabrera, Swisher. I mean, it's what makes it difficult trying to manage against this lineup, piecing your bullpen together late in the ball game.
Cervelli at second, one out in this tie game. Did he go? No, says Jerry Davis. And it's 3-1 to Johnny Damon. Del Carmen has given up a single, a double, a run. A Jeter to ground back to him for the first out of this inning. Ball 4, he walks Damon.
It's kind of strange right there. 3-1 change up to Johnny Damon when you got Teixeira coming to the plate.
Hey fans, NESN's cameras are over at the Joshua Tree tonight at 1613 Comm Ave in Alston, as fans are taking in the series finale between the Red Sox and the Yankees. Always serving an honest brew with a big taste and a nice finish. Visit the Joshua Tree to catch all your baseball action. Two on, one out, and a run in for New York here in the 7th inning. Mark Teixeira coming up for the 4th time. He has grounded out and flied out twice. Ball one. Rain falling here at Fenway Park as hard as it has all night. In there for a strike, and it's 1-1. They're taking the cover off the tarp in between innings. So you got the feeling this could be on the way. Always a good indicator.
Well, they said late tonight. It's not. What's late? Hopefully midnight.
We're getting there. 1-1 is a strike over the inside corner.
Good pitch, back-to-back curveballs by Del Carmen. Start him off with a fastball, then curveball. Which is a beautiful thing because now he really doesn't know what he's going to do.
Two and two to Teixeira.
Make a pitch right there on the corner. He is out. He loves his changeup. He loves to go to his changeup. See the throw here. Nope.
Outside for ball three, full count. Cervelli at second base, Damon at first base, still just one out in the seventh inning, and Alex Rodriguez waiting on deck. Teixeira hits a fly ball to center field. Rocco Baldelli is under it. And he makes the catch on the warning track, is tagging at second and taking third is Cervelli. So the go-ahead run 90 feet away, but there are now two outs.
This ball runs back in on Teixeira. Luckily he didn't square this ball up. You see this fastball came up and in. He's trying to throw the ball away. The ball got in on him a little bit, just enough that he couldn't square it up. It's a routine fly ball to center field.
So two outs. It's first and third for New York. Tying run 90, or the go-ahead run 90 feet away for the Yankees, as they have tied this game in the seventh inning 1-1. And a chance here for Alex Rodriguez, who was hit by a pitch in the first. He struck out in the third, grounded out in the sixth inning. One for 7 in his career against Del Carmen. Rodriguez grounds it foul. Cervelli knocked in the tying run with his double. Damon walked, 2 down.
See how he's going to try to go after him. He tried to get a fastball in first pitch.
Too far in that time, and it's 1-1.
Follows up the first fastball with another fastball in, just misses. Once again trying to open up that outside part of the plate with the first 2 fastballs in. It's danger in there if you don't get it in.
Away in the breaking ball, he doesn't chase, and it's 2-1. Rain falling harder now here at Fenway Park as this inning goes on.
A lot of pitches. A lot of pitches from Penny, and you see a lot of pitches from Del Carmen. Everybody's being careful.
117 from Brad Penny, 26 so far in this inning for Del Carmen. Chop foul, and it's 2-2.
Kind of a little lazy breaking ball to Alex right here. A lot of days when he's on top of his game, he might smoke that ball.
Rain falling, crowd standing. Game tied 1-1. First and third, 2 away. The 2-2 to A-Rod. Up high, ball 3.
Once again, you don't want to make a mistake in there, and Veritek asks for a fastball inside. You don't want to miss in there. You'd much rather go 3-2 than leave it out over.
Rodriguez towards center field and deep. Baldelli back, and it is off the wall. Cervelli has scored. Damon's going to try and score from first base. 2 runs in for New York. A-Rod has come up big for the Yankees. They take a 3-1 lead.
A-Rod was so due in this series. He hadn't done anything up until this at bat. Tell you, he's worked a lot of counts. This count being another one, 3-2. He tries to throw a fastball in, does not get it in there, and he strokes this ball. I'm surprised. I was thinking this ball might be out of here, but it hits the fence about halfway up. He scalded that ball, just didn't get it up in the air enough. One too many fastballs to A-Rod out over.
It's the night for Manny Del Carmen. The pitching change from Fenway with the Yankees now on top 3-1. Out. Special seating section at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Alex Rodriguez driving in a pair of runs to put the Yankees on top 3-1.
Asked for another fastball in one more time to Alex, and he just couldn't get it in there. Left it out over the plate, and he just drove this ball. He was so due to hit some ball hard. And after he worked that count 3-2, saw several fastballs inside. Put a nice swing on that ball.
Robinson Cano with 2 outs in the inning. Fouls the first pitch off. Takashi Saito is the new Red Sox pitcher. The third pitcher of the night in an appearance in his 21st game of the year. Opponent hitting at .256 against Saito. He has stranded all 3 inherited runners that he's had this season when coming into games. CC Sabathia has been on the bench a long time. He doesn't mind. He now has a lead.
You know, for the most part, this bullpen has not had a lot of inherited runners. I mean, you think about it, most guys get to start innings the way it's been going, one after the next, and you know, they have had a lot of problems where anybody's had, you know, I messed up and you helped me out, get me out of this jam.
Cano to left. Jason Bay moves back a step or two and makes the catch that ends the inning, but the damage is done. New York scores 3 times to take a 3-1 lead. Time for a Sports Desk update with Cole Wright. In 3-1. CC Sabathia returns to the hill. Rain still falling here at Fenway. Mike Lowell, David Ortiz, Jason Varitek. And Lowell grounds the first one foul. Sabathia at 94 total pitches. Fresh off a 1-2-3-6 inning. Well, not exactly fresh off. He had a pretty long wait while the Red Sox watched the Yankees score 3 times. A 26-minute wait for Sabathia. As he goes up on Lowell, and Lowell went up there chasing. It's 0-2.
It's hard to keep the Yankees down that long. They've had threats about 5 out of the 7 innings, and they finally broke through.
What they couldn't do against Penny, they got done against Manny Del Carmen.
And A-Rod was so due, hitting down to 230 as he stood the last time at the plate. And it's A-Rod. Sooner or later, he's going to make you pay.
Ortiz waiting on deck. He homered back in the second inning. Lowell reaches out, flips it to right. Swisher on the run will make the running grab. Got a good break and makes the catch. It was hooking away, but he handles out number one. Let's check out the answer to tonight's trivia question brought to you by Aflac. We've got you under our wing. Since 2001, who is the only left-handed pitcher with more wins than CC Sabathia? Mark Burley of the Chicago White Sox with 124 is the answer. Sabathia has 122 since the beginning of 2001. Randy Johnson is third on that list with 121 in that span. Barry Zito, Jamie Moyer, Andy Pettit, all over 100 wins since the beginning of 2001. One out, 6 in a row retired by Sabathia. He's not been able to retire Ortiz tonight. A home run, and last time up Ortiz reached on the error committed by Damon. It's 0-2.
There's a fastball he finally got on the outside corner to a left-handed hitter. Had a hard time with that pitch. Start him off with a breaking ball, come back with a fastball down and away. Outside. Looks good though.
Ortiz into right center with a base hit. His second hit of the night.
Sabathia makes a mistake right here, 0-2. He's put a fastball inside, but he throws it up out over the middle. Didn't get that ball inside. And that's another good sign for Ortiz. 0-2, gets to a high fastball.
Well, the Yankees did not opt to put the shift on. That's generally a spot where they'll line somebody up in the shift. A lot of times he would ground it into the shift in that situation. Here they don't do it. And he's got a one-out single.
But I think that's a sign because an 0-2 pitch, not knowing what he's going to throw, Sabathia got a good fastball and still hit it, stung it up the middle.
1 out, 1 on. Jason Varitek 0 for 2. He's flied out to right and grounded out to third base. Fouls it off Cervelli.
Varitek 1 for 12 to this point off of CC Sabathia. The one hit was a home run off Sabathia. If you're thinking home run, he's got one off of him. The only hit he's got. You run into something upstairs.
Fly ball to right field. Nick Swisher looking up into the raindrops, and there's 2 down. Stay with us immediately following the game tonight for WB Mason's Extra Innings with TC, Jim, and Heidi. You'll get the live press conferences of Terry Francona and Brad Penny after the series finale, and Jim will break down the key plays from tonight. Plus all the reaction from the Sox clubhouse in our KFC Clubhouse Uncut segment. It's all coming up right after the game with TC, Jim, and Heidi. Mariano Rivera, who've not seen in the series, up in the pen for the Yankees. New York with his 3-1 advantage. He had worked in 3 straight games where the Yankees arrived here at Fenway.
I used to stop chirping about the 7th inning when I knew the game was coming to me.
Lock in.
Yeah, and everybody start talking to me. Don't be talking to me. Everybody's relaxed because they know they don't have to pitch. Yeah, they go. Everybody gets chirpy when it's not their time to pitch. You can tell when they're relaxed.
Yeah.
They know they're not pitching.
It's not my game.
Yeah, they're having a gay old time. They're talking about this and that, and I'm like, shut up. I got to pitch. I'm nervous. Everybody stop talking.
It doesn't appear Rivera's got a problem with it.
I don't think he's nervous. I mean, he is like ice water out there. More than anything, I see him. No emotion for the most part. He had some emotion when Bay hit him, took him deep hit last time. Remember that body language he had when that ball was going over the fence? Like, stay in here. But he stands out more than anybody. Obviously the greatest closer ever. But the way he goes about it doesn't show any emotion.
Baldelli strikes out. Red Sox leave Ortiz at first. We played 7. It's 3-1 New York. Now, the hardest it has rained all night as we start this top half of the 8th inning. Nick Swisher to lead it off against Takashi Saito. Swisher, Matsui, and Cabrera in the 8th. And a breaking ball for strike one. Nick Swisher has doubled, struck out, and grounded out. Justin Masterson starts to warm up in the pen. Red Sox have used Del Carmen and Saito out of the pen so far tonight after 6 shutout innings for Brad Penny. Strike over the inside corner, 1-2. Del Carmen charged with the 3 runs the Yankees have in 2/3 of an inning. And you see how hard the rain is falling here at Fenway Park at the moment. It was a light rain and manageable before, but coming down pretty good now. Strike 3 call. Swisher is gone, and there's 1 out in the 8th.
Nice piece of pitching right here by Saito. 3 breaking balls and then a fastball in, froze Nick Swisher.
One out, and here is Hideki Matsui, who has walked, singled, and struck out. Fouls it straight back. Saito has not pitched in this series. He pitched against Texas. It has been 6 days since he pitched last, the 5th of June, and he went an inning. The strike, and it's 0-2 to Matsui.
Coming out tonight throwing a lot of breaking balls. A couple curve balls, a couple sliders, and 1 fastball to punch out Swisher we saw.
Matsui now, Cabrera next as the Yankees bat here in the 8th. An 0-2 to Matsui. Coming in, and Matsui has to do a dance to get out of the way.
That's some sneaky fastball right there, a little crossfire, firing that ball on his kneecaps.
Spanned 8 appearances now that Saito is not allowed to run. Late swing, protective swing, and it's fouled off.
The Japanese pitchers are so deliberate. The game changes a little bit when they come into the game, whether it's Saito and obviously Okajima. Everything just slows down, even right into their windup when they have a pause. It makes you sort of pause and say, why is he pausing? You know, it's like, oh, that's Saito. Or, you know, it makes you sort of, makes you pause and go, who's that? Saito. There he is.
Inside 2-2.
I mean, is it my imagination?
No.
Or is everything just sort of stop?
It's the same thing you think about.
It's off. They're skipping. It's like it's not. The rhythm stops of the game. Stops.
Deo Nomo did the same thing.
It just throws you off a little bit. It's like, throw it.
To left field. Jason Bay going back, and it's going to be over his head. And off the wall plays the carom quickly. And it'll hold Matsui to a long single.
This looked like a fly ball that Jason Bay was going to catch easily, and it just kept going and going and going over his head. He's playing shallow enough because it's Fenway Park, but I thought he had a beat on this ball, and it's over his head. You see a lot of times the ball hit the wall and the fly. You know, they call this a doubles ballpark, but for the most part, it's hard to hit a double. You see balls get hit off that wall, and nobody seems to go for two anymore. Obviously, Matsui can't run, so he's not trying to go for two, but
this one fouled off by Cabrera to the left. He's got 2 hits tonight, both singles after striking out back in the 2nd inning.
He started this whole thing off on Del Carmen back in the 7th inning with a bullet he hit past Lowell, playing up shallow even with the grass, and he just shot the ball by Lowell. That's the guy with the big hit, Cervelli.
CC Sabathia tonight at 106 pitches through the first 7 innings. Yankees don't have anybody up in the pen, so it'll be more CC Sabathia. We talked about it being a big outing for Brad Penny. This has been a great outing tonight for CC Sabathia.
Well, he had all the pressure. There's no doubt about it. You come into this game having lost the first 2 games. They needed this game big time, and they needed their ace to go out there and be an ace, and he has so far. That's why he gets 20 beans a year. Big beans.
It's a lot of beans.
It's a lot of beans.
The 1-2 has popped up foul.
20 beans. I never thought there'd come a day when a pitcher would make $20 million. I never thought there'd come a day when a player ever made $20 million, let alone a pitcher.
Rain falling consistently throughout this inning. One-two to Cabrera. To center field. Baldelli on the run. Dives! Makes the catch in left center. Rocco Baldelli laying it out in left center field to make the grab for out number 2.
This ball kept slicing and slicing and slicing, and he went into his dive and had enough to reach out and get this ball. You see Cabrera hits this ball kind of slicing away from Baldelli, and last second dive he gets just enough to make the snatch. Full extension. Beautiful play by Baldelli. He almost misjudged that a little bit, and the ball started to go on him at the end there.
2 down. Matsui remains at first base. Great catch by Baldelli. And Francisco Cervelli, who came up with a big hit in the 7th inning to tie this game. Takes strike 1 from Takashi Saito.
You add to that catch the fact that it's raining out there, and it makes it just a spectacular catch.
Pitch 20 of the inning for Saito. It's outside, 1-1.
The Red Sox pitchers have thrown some pitches tonight. You add them all up, we're probably at about 160 right now. Normally you give up more than 3 runs when you throw a lot of pitches.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Two outs. Hideki Matsui at first base. Francisco Cervelli batting here. Takashi Saito trying to keep this a 2-run deficit. Late swing, protective swing, still 1-2.
Catcher that they sent down after Posada came back was Kevin Cash. Red Sox had for a couple of years, and the decision was made to keep Cervelli instead of Cash.
Got him. Ends the top of the 8th inning. Yankees lead it 3-1 after 7.5. Grab by Rocco Baldelli in left center field. This defensive play is brought to you by Home Depot. For more savings, more doing, that's the power of the Home Depot.
The Red Sox come back to win this game. This will have a lot to do with the win because this ball gets by Rocco out there. That run scores easy. We went all the way to the wall. Saved a run, and who knows what would have happened after that.
Melky Cabrera has moved from center field to right field. And the new center fielder is Brett Gardner. Nick Swisher comes out of the game. CC Sabathia returns to the mound for New York. And they're dealing with 9-1-2 in the Red Sox order. Sabathia wants a new baseball. Had a 16-minute wait this time, a 24-minute wait the inning previous. And is already at 106 pitches. He's got some room to roam here before he reaches that season high of 122.
But he's had an easy 105, 106 pitches. You know, he hasn't got guys on base every inning, having to reach back and get extra. It's been a nice, smooth 106. It has a lot to do with how you feel late in the game if you didn't have to work real hard throughout the game, like Penny did.
As Sabathia starts the 8th, you see Aceves warming up. Nick Green leading it off.
Got to flip a coin for the Yankees to see who's going to pitch the 8th inning. They don't really have anybody in particular. You see Aceves out there.
Strike one, 1-1 to Nick Green. He struck out swinging in the second inning, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the 5th. Down 1-2.
First time you've seen a right-handed hitter swing at a bad breaking ball down and in. I'm sure a lot of right-handed hitters swing at this pitch, but you haven't seen it tonight. Nick Green finally does. But he has absolutely commanded that outside corner all night long. Started off there, and he'll finish off this at bat with a fastball away. In fact, that was a changeup.
Green lines it to left field, a base hit to get the bottom of the 8th inning started.
You make a mistake with a fastball to Nick Green, he is always ready to hit a fastball. Took that changeup, which was really the good take for him. Then he gets a high fastball up out of the zone, but he knows what to do with that. Line drive, base hit, left field. Mistake by CC on that fastball. We'd like to have that back.
Dave Island quickly on the phone. Lead runner on for Boston in the 8th. 1-11 for Sabathia. Dustin Pedroia is 0 for 3 as he takes strike one.
Pedroia is due to hit a ball solid. He hasn't hit a ball solid for a while.
He's 0 for 3 tonight. He is 0 for 6 in his career against Sabathia. They go up. Pedroia does not chase. A ball and a strike.
He was upset last at bat, getting punched out, called out on a fastball away he thought was outside.
Outside ball 2-2-1. Mariano Rivera has joined Alfredo Aceves.
Well, they're going to have this game, and if they need more than 3 outs, this is the night that they're going to need it, or that you would go to it.
Pedroia fouls it off, and it's 2-2. Sabathia is still getting it up there. The time at 94. J.D. Drew on deck. Nobody out. Nick Green at first base.
Well, you know that he's going to face Jason Bay that's on deck. So the question is, what happens after that?
Pedroia fighting it off, foul. Cervelli headed out to talk to CC Sabathia. Only blemish for Sabathia tonight. Go back to that second inning. David Ortiz with a solo home run. That's been it. Since the second, he has given up only 3 hits, including this leadoff single by Nick Green.
And he's done it without throwing a lot of breaking balls in on a right-handed hitter tonight. We saw one to Nick Green just before he got a base hit last at bat, but I don't think he wants to do that here. He doesn't want to make a mistake with a little sloppy breaking ball.
Again, the 2-2. Pedroia again fouls it straight back.
And he humped right there and threw him a good piece of cheese and make sure this ball's inside. The ball's up. Ball's up out of the strike zone. Doesn't matter. Fastball. Pedroia is hacking.
Pedroia rips this foul back into the seats.
That's what I mean about a little sloppy little breaking ball. That ball gets hit hard. He can't keep it fair, but that ball had no bite on it. Kind of flat breaking ball coming inside on Pedroia. He is ready.
Pedroia fouls off another to the right, and it hangs at 2-2.
He's hard to punch out. I mean, he struck out last time looking, but you don't see him swing and miss strike three too often. He will make contact.
This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Ball 3.
He's up to about 120 pitch count now. This at bat has really cost him as far as trying to get deeper into this ball game.
Tenth pitch of the at bat for Dustin Pedroia. And it's ball 4. He loses him. First two have reached for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 8th. And here comes Joe Girardi.
He's going to go ask him how he feels, because he's going to probably want to leave him in this ball game. Got J.D. Drew left-handed coming up. Didn't say much. Didn't say how you feel at all. He just said something real quick and bolted.
2 on, nobody out. 8th inning, Red Sox trailing by 2 runs. And J.D. Drew will be next. A double back in the 1st inning. He struck out in the 3rd, flied out to center in the 6th inning. Strike 1.
Good breaking ball right there. I don't know if it's a strike or not, but it looked good. I think this ball's down and away. Hit the glove, though. Strike. Paint.
Green at second, Pedroia at first. Drew back up the middle into center field, a base hit. Here comes Nick Green, and it's a 1-run game.
J.D. Drew gets his 2nd hit off of Sabathia. Breaking ball, not as good as the first one. He shoots it right back up the middle.
Sabathia cannot get Drew. Joe Girardi to the mound to make the change. The Red Sox now trail by a run, 3-2. The pitching change from Fenway. David Ortiz with a home run in the second inning off CC Sabathia. His 4th home run of the year, and an opposite field shot gets the Red Sox on the board. Brad Penny pitched very well here tonight. 6 shutout innings for the Red Sox. He would strike out 5 and throw 117 pitches. But with the game tied 1-1, Alex Rodriguez comes up big for the Yankees as A-Rod with a 2-run double in the 7th inning puts New York on top 3-1. Red Sox have gotten a run back and are threatening here in the 8th inning. It is 3-2 New York. CC Sabathia goes 7+ innings, responsible for the 2 men on, and hands it off to Alfredo Aceves, the right-hander from the pen.
CC got hurt by left-handed hitters tonight. Ortiz got 2 hits. JD Drew got 2 hits. Home run by Ortiz. RBI. Base hit by Drew we just saw.
13th appearance for Aceves after he was called up on May 4th from AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre. And here's the Drew base hit you just spoke of.
You know, breaking ball first time was nasty. This one was not as nasty, but he had to stay back. Shot that ball right back up the middle. That is a sweet swing right there. Doesn't pull off. Right past the pitcher. Base hit. Pedroia holds up at second with a play right in front of him, but 3-2. Nobody out first and second. Green started the whole thing off with a base hit.
Jonathan Papelbon getting ready in the pen now as the Red Sox are within a run. 1st and 2nd, nobody out, last of the 8th. Youkilis the batter. A walk in the 1st to strike out in the 3rd. Flight out to left in the 6th inning. He's got a home run against Aceves in his career as he takes ball 1.
I think Aceves would try to get him out with a breaking ball at some point.
Youkilis turns on it, but foul.
He was all over that fastball. He's so aggressive. In fact, he's more aggressive this year than I've ever seen. You see a fastball in right here. He is all over this. That's how quick he is. Tells you he's susceptible to a breaking ball. That's what tells you.
Phil Koch, the left-hander for the Yankees, up in the pen. A 1-1 to Kevin Youkilis. Rolls it over foul, and it's 1-2.
That wasn't a fastball right there down the way. It wasn't hard enough to be a fastball. It must be some kind of split finger. He's always talking to the catcher, telling him what to do before he puts down a sign.
Outside, 2-2.
And a breaking ball down and away.
Papelbon joined by Masterson. Pedroia at second, Drew at first, nobody out. Close, but ball 3.
If you make that pitch, he's out, but he cannot. The ball is inside. Holds it there for eternity.
And now Cervelli headed out. Running conversation between Alfredo Aceves and Francisco Cervelli.
Aceves, boy, he gets the ball. He's ready to throw when he gets on that mound. Unlike Saito.
Three-2 pitch to Kevin Youkilis. To right field and a base hit into right. Pedroia is being stopped late by Hale, and he does get back to the bag at third. DeMarlo took a long time as he got well down the line and made sure, and then stopped him as he got around the bag at third.
Well, there's nobody out. You don't want to risk to have a player thrown out of the plate. See a breaking ball 3-2. He doesn't hit this ball very good. Gets enough wood on it to throw it out into right field. It took Pedroia, probably didn't get a real good jump. You see right here. He waits. He may have been able to score on this ball, but he's getting the ball. He could have scored on this ball. Perfect throw up. Had to have thrown him out, but you can't risk it.
See how far down the line Hill is, almost to the fungo circle. Base is loaded now, and a drive to left, a liner in for a hit. Pedroia from third, the throw cut off, game tied 3-3.
Jason Bay takes no time in tying this game up. I'd be surprised he threw him a fastball, Jason Bay, first pitch. Everybody's anxious. Bases loaded. First pitch fastball. He makes a major mistake. He's lucky this is just a base hit to left field. Trying to get a ball inside. Leaves it up, out, over. He hits a top spinner right at Johnny Damon. They can only score one run. You have to hold up. You think that's a line drive at the left fielder.
So now the infield in all the way around for New York. Bases reloaded. Go ahead run 90 feet away. Mike Lowell 0 for 3 against Aceves. Strike one.
He was trying to throw the first pitch to Jason Bay right there, but he made a mistake to Bay. Bay's lucky didn't hit. He's lucky Bay didn't hit a slam on that pitch.
One ball, one strike. They got the left-hander Cope as Ortiz waits on deck.
You see Bay's pitch here trying to go inside, up, out, over. I don't know how many balls he's hit out of the ballpark right there.
In the air to shallow left center field. Gardner is under it. Makes the catch. Drew's going to try it. The throw is not going to be in time, and the Red Sox take the lead.
We weren't quite sure if this ball was deep enough into the outfield to score the run from third. In fact, Johnny Damon got called off because he thinks Gardner's got a better arm to throw him out. They're hoping that his hand is wet. It's a terrible throw up the line. 2 hops. A-Rod on the infield. Sacrifice fly RBI.
RBI number 40 on the year for Mike Lowell has put the Red Sox on top 4-3. The pitching change from Fenway. Your questions in the NESN.com inbox. TC and Jim will have a special guest for this segment. Jim and 94.5's Ramiro Torres. You won't want to miss that. Plus highlights from around the majors, including Zach Greinke taking the hill for the Royals, and highlights from the rest of the AL East and a preview. The final 2 games of the series here at Fenway. It's all coming up after the game on NESN. CC Sabathia, who's now on the hook. The runs charged to him, allowed in by Aceves. First and second for the new pitcher, Phil Koch, 27th appearance. Left-handed brought on to face David Ortiz. Ball 1 away. Did he go? No. Youkilis at second base, Bay at first base. 1 out. A 3-run 8th so far for Boston. Two 2-0.
It's kind of asking a lot of your bullpen to come into a ball game first and second, nobody out. Haven't got that shutdown guy out there. Not too many people do.
3-0.
They're hoping to keep this a 1-run game.
Ball 4, he walks him on 4 pitches.
As a manager, that's not what you want. I mean, this is making this inning just be miserable for Girardi. Started off this inning staying with his horse, CC, and tried to ride him through this inning. Couldn't get an out.
Red Sox have the lead now, and Papelbon gets ready for the 9th. Right-hander Veras up in the pen for New York. 8th batter of this 8th inning for the Red Sox is Jason Varitek. They're loaded up with 1 out. And it's strike 1 to the captain.
I think if the Yankees had a quality bullpen or an 8th inning guy, they might have not sent CC to go pitch the 8th inning.
Without Brian Bruni, which has been the guy in that situation. A swing and a miss, but it's 0-2.
It's a big at bat for Jason. He could break this thing open with a gapper.
Straight away for Varitek. An 0 for 3 showing so far tonight for Jason Varitek, dealing with the lefty Phil Koch. Youkilis at third, Bay at second, Ortiz at first. Looking for some insurance now. Hopped up, foul ground to Shera for the 2nd out of the inning.
There's a big out there for the Yankees. Base hit would have broke their back.
A chance now for Rocco Baldelli.
There's a big reason why this game didn't open up on the Yankees last inning on a great play out in center field, not forgotten.
This guy made it, and here he is with a chance to give the Red Sox some insurance. Swing and a miss.
This is not forgotten. This is a 3-1 game. This ball gets by him. The run scores. There's a runner on first base. running at the time. Who knows what would have happened if that ball got by him. Would have been at least 4-1.
Away 1-1. Rocco the single in the 5th inning tonight. 1 for 3 in the game. Nick Green's the guy that got this all started with a single here in the bottom of the 8th. Joe Girardi to the mound again. We've seen more of Joe Girardi in this inning than we've seen in the series.
He just wants to make sure they're on the same page, what they're going to do here. He doesn't want to just sit with his hands in his pocket in the dugout and not, you know, if you want to say something, go out there. Got a young catcher behind the plate too, so that has a lot to do with Girardi coming out there and want to make sure he knows that young catcher and young pitcher know what to do.
Baldelli swings and misses, and it's 1-2.
Another changeup down and away. Baldelli's a little anxious, looking fastball.
Euclid at third, Bay at second, Ortiz at first, and 2 outs. Baldelli strikes out, but the Red Sox pull ahead as they score 3 times in this last half of the 8th. Times in the bottom of the 8th. Jonathan Papelbon on for the Red Sox as Boston tries to make it 8 in a row in this 2009 season against the Yankees. Papelbon makes an appearance in his 26th game of the year, 15 out of 16 in save opportunities. The opponent hitting at .230 against Papelbon.
Well, he's made it interesting lately. In fact, all year, not the same Papelbon to where it becomes 1, 2, 3 innings. He's only done it, what, 5 times this year. Had a 1, 2, 3 inning. The walks are up a little bit, but he's still doing a job. What was it, 15 out of 16, still punching guys out.
21 pitches in last night's game to secure the save.
Doesn't matter how you do it, just get it done.
Jeter, Damon, Teixeira. Anybody gets on, A-Rod. Two hits tonight for the Yankees captain. Outside, ball 1. Nice job by Takashi Saito also. He went an inning and a third, giving up 1 hit, struck out 2.
And that gets kind of forgotten in this game, who even pitched beforehand.
On the ground, up the middle, Green spins and fires and gets Jeter. What a play by Green.
Nick Green started the rally with a base hit in the 8th inning, and he starts out kills the rally for the Yankees in the top of the 9th with a play up the middle, a little spin move. You see this chopper, looks like it's got a C&I chopper up the middle. He gets to it, spins all the way around, got something on it, bang, bang, first play. Base hit, takes it away by Nick Green.
The appreciation of the closer. Out number 1 of the 9th.
Especially the leadoff, the first out. You get a guy on first base and nobody out, a good chance they could score.
Johnny Damon 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. And the recipient of strike 1. Not good numbers against Papelbon in his career. Ball 1, 1-1.
It just shows him that little split finger.
Alex Rodriguez hoping he'll get a chance. At one point he put the Yankees on top 3-1 in this game. Fly ball left field, playable for Jason Bay. 2 down in the 9th. The Red Sox are an out away from taking the first 8 games of this season series against the Yankees.
They had their ace on the mound going into the 8th inning. The game got away from them. Had to go to the bullpen with nobody out. Tough job for the bullpen, but once again, glaring bullpen, not having an 8th inning guy to go to.
Mark Teixeira 0 for 4 in this game tonight. Strike 1. He also has never had a hit against Papelbon. The 0-1-2 Teixeira. 1-1.
Once again, shows him a break. I mean, a split finger, just like he did to Johnny Damon. Doesn't want to throw a strike with it, just trying to throw it down and away.
Left-handed batters against Papelbon hitting at 173 collectively. A ball and a strike to Mark Teixeira with 2 outs in the 9th. And Alex Rodriguez waiting on deck. Papelbon would like to leave him there. Two and one.
Talk about deliberate.
Teixeira lines out to first and the Red Sox win. Boston scores 3 times in the 8th. Papelbon has a 1-2-3 ninth. And Boston sweeps the Yankees again. 8-0 against New York in 2009. And this wet Fenway crowd thrilled with the results.